Hello?
Hi, is Chrissy there?
Yeah?
Hi, Chrissy. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
And you're calling for me?
Yeah, your name's Chrissy, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm calling for you. Did you recently go out on a date with a guy named Evan?
Oh, I did.
Yep.
You okay? Did he die?
No, he didn't. Are you hoping that he did?
A death call?
No, this is just like super weird.
You're the Chrissy that I'm looking for. You definitely are. You went out on a date with a guy named Evan, and Evan is a listener to our show.
Okay.
All right. And after your date with Evan, he emailed us, and he wanted to see if we could get you on the phone to talk about something.
Okay, why didn't Evan just call me?
I'm not sure. Maybe he felt like this would be a conversation better for you and I to have.
All right, that sounds pretty dumb, but whatever.
Evan told us about your date.
Yeah?
And he talked about how you guys went out to a Greek restaurant.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah. He said he really enjoyed it. He thought you were really cool.
Cool.
Okay, but he did say there was one problem. Apparently, you ordered a bunch of food.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is the food that you ordered, I guess, was to take home to your kids.
Yeah, Paisley, Brian, and Jack. So what is the problem?
He feels like you sort of wronged him in making him pay for the entire bill, basically buying food for your family.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
This is a joke, right?
No, I'm not. Not at all. He emailed us.
Serious?
Yeah, and he said he wanted us to call you today to ask you to pay him back for the money that he spent on the extra food.
What?
Yep.
Who wants to deprive children of food? What the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah, but he feels like he was on a date with you, so he didn't have a problem buying your meal. It was just when you ordered.
And it's myself and Paisley and Brian and Jack. Like, that's the deal.
But you gotta understand, he didn't even know you had kids going into this date.
Look, if someone's going to take me out, they have to accept me for who I am, and I am a mother, first and foremost.
Right.
So I don't really understand what the problem is, and I think he's got some balls asking for his money.
So you honestly didn't offer to pay for any of the food that you brought home?
No, I believe in chivalry. Like, open doors, pull out chairs, pay for the check.
Yeah, but paying for your meal is one thing. Paying for extra food so you can bring it home to your kids is another, don't you think?
Excuse me, am I on trial here? What the
No, we're literally just calling so he can get his money back because he feels like you owe him money for that.
Wow, that's pretty pathetic.
Are you? No, is it like you're going through a hard time right now and you just need help?
Hard time? No, I don't need help. What the No, I have a job. My kids have never had Greek food, so I thought it was a great opportunity to take them some. So really, I don't understand what your problem is.
It's just an interesting situation. I've never heard of anybody ordering extra food for their kids and then making their date pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, then you've never been on a date with me, and that's probably very likely not going to happen.
You sure? I was thinking about asking you out right now.
The thing is, I'm a mother, so my kids are always going to get their meals when they need them. So if I'm going to go out with you, I need to make sure that they are fed. Does he have a problem with that? Of course they're going to come first.
But
he does have a problem with it. Yeah.
Basic manners.
Basic manners? Are you a f***ing woman hater? We're supposed to be on the same side. What are you talking about?
But your reasoning doesn't even make sense because by the time you got home, which apparently you were 1 to 2 hours late for the babysitter, which is rude in and of itself, your kids were long past dinner time.
Excuse me, how the hell do you know all of this?
That's because we talked to him about your date and he told us all of that information.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Evan, are you there?
Hey.
Wow. Hey?
I'm
That's
here.
all you have to say? Hey, I'm here.
Chrissy, I'm pretty upset. I'm going to be honest with you. I really want my money back.
Evan?
Yeah?
It takes a real scumbag to try and take food away from children and complain about what you paid for it.
I didn't know I was paying for 4 people on a 2-person date, though. 5 people.
That's really pathetic, Evan.
What's pathetic is lying about your intentions on our date.
My intentions were clear. I liked you, and I thought you liked me. So
I just didn't know that I was paying so much money for a 2-person date, and I'd really appreciate it if you chipped in. I just think it's crazy to expect me to pay that much.
I think it's crazy that you have to call up a radio station to fight your battles. That's pretty cowardly. What kind of man are you, Evan?
Oh, dang.
Wow.
I'm a real man.
Oh my God.
Way to state your case there, Evan.
If you were a real man, you would have paid for both bills and then asked me out on another date.
Oh.
I didn't expect that those dinners would clear me out for the month.
The month? Oh, God, Evan, are you poor?
Whoa.
I'm not poor, but I'm not Warren Buffett either. Your expectations of me are ridiculous, and any guy who's going to accept that doesn't have their head on straight. And I think that you should pay me back part of that dinner, and I think then we will be even.
Oh,
Steven.
poor baby, getting all defensive.
Defensive is one way to put it, but another way to put it is sticking up for myself.
Well, Evan, you're not getting any money from me.
Well, Chrissy, I would like to ask if you go on a second date with Evan. We will pay for it, so Evan doesn't even have to worry about it. Would you go out with Evan again?
The only way I would ever go out with that again is if we agreed up front that he will take me and my children together so I don't have to deal with another radio embarrassment.
Oh.
At least she's upfront about the deal this time.
Evan, will you take her and her whole family out for dinner again?
Sure, I'll take her kids, the Queen of England. I'll take them all out. Everybody on my dime.
That sounds like a really nice date.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, congratulations, you two. I guess you guys are going out again.
Oh, wow.
You're a great man, Evan.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I thought you were really saying yes. I thought the Queen of England was going to come along and everything. That's sad.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
I was looking for Mona.
Yeah, this is her.
Hello, Mona. My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Cool. Have you ever heard the show before at all?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard of you. I just don't listen
That's okay.
that often.
Okay, cool. Well, you may have never listened really before, but you're actually on the show right now.
What do you mean?
I mean that one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yep.
Really?
Yep, and they said all nice things, too.
Oh, that's great. What's it about?
It's about a date that you went on recently.
Really?
Yeah, you went on a date with a guy named Kipling.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mean Kip?
I do. Yes, I do. And he actually emailed us because he wanted us to get a hold of you. I guess you're not calling him back since your date, and he's confused.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you don't want to go out with him again?
I mean, he seemed like a really sweet guy, but I could just tell he was really, really nervous, like anxiously nervous, like kind of extremely awkward.
On a scale of 1 to 10 and the most awkward dates you've ever been on, how was this date?
A 15.
I'll tell you why I ask it like that, because we actually talked to Kipling. Sounds like a nice guy, but he was also very nervous talking to us, so I can't imagine how he would be on a date.
Yeah, like everything you can imagine, like times 1,000.
Did it get better as you guys hung out longer?
Yeah.
No, it only got worse.
Oh.
How did it get worse?
Like, he showed up almost 20 minutes late
Right.
without letting me know.
Yeah.
When he walked in, though, despite being 20 minutes late, were you kind of excited? Like, oh, he's cute.
I mean, he was like nerdy, awkward, cute. I was like, maybe this could end well, but I'd been waiting for him to order, and the waitress came, and he gave her our menus and said we wouldn't be ordering food. We were just going to get drinks. But I'd waited all day to eat.
What?
It was already like after 7, and I hadn't eaten, and all we were getting was drinks. Like, we went to this nice restaurant, and we weren't even going to get food. Like, why didn't we just go to the bar?
Oh, I would have been like, hell no, I'm getting food. You don't even want to see me when I'm hungry right now.
We were like a few drinks in, and I started getting a little tipsy, and I finally was like, hey, man, like, I'm really hungry. Like, is it okay if we order something? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll get an appetizer for us to split.
Oh, wow.
So then he decides to get calamari, which is fine. It was great.
Yeah.
And I was eating, and he could tell that I was uncomfortable. So then he says, can I ask you a question? And, of course, I said, sure. And he asked me if I'm having a good time because my face doesn't look like I'm having a good time.
Oh.
Your face doesn't look like you're having fun. What'd you say to that?
I just smiled and put more calamari in my mouth.
Come on, you were, though, probably showing some pain on your face at this point.
I think at that point, a few drinks in, no food in my stomach, I couldn't hide a thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So it was just a very awkward time for you.
It was extremely awkward.
All right. You know what else is going to be awkward?
What?
He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you right now.
Wait, what?
Yep. Kip, where you at?
Hi, Mona.
Oh, no. Hi, Kip.
Hi.
Oh, Kip.
Kip, why are you doing this? I'm confused.
Well, you weren't answering my messages. I
Oh.
thought I wanted to talk to you and see if you wanted to go on another date.
Oh, Kip.
Kip, did you hear what I said about our first date?
Yeah, and but listen, the thing is, okay, so I don't date a lot, and
Yeah.
I really liked you, and you made me nervous, and I was already really nervous because I was late.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I just showed up, and I just wasn't expecting a woman of your nature to be there.
Your
Kip,
nature.
what does that even mean?
What did that mean, Kip?
No, I just mean you're very beautiful. You know, you're very you have captivating features.
Oh.
You know.
Kip, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I just got nervous, and that's why maybe I wasn't the best dater. I was nervous, and I could tell you weren't having a good time, and the reason I didn't order a bunch of food is because I don't know, maybe we were gonna, something was gonna happen.
What?
Oh, Kip.
Wait, what are you talking about, Kip? What was going to happen if you ordered food?
I don't know. Maybe you just you don't know what happens if the date goes well, and
Oh, gosh.
I just didn't want to have anyone to feel awkward about having bad breath or have stuff in their teeth or anything.
So wait,
You mean
were
like if you
planning-
guys are going to kiss or something at the end there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was planning a lot more than that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
me
Okay.
too, but I'm not really giving Kip that much credit.
I was like, damn, son, slow down.
No. I just meant kissing. Like we might kiss if it went well. It's a date. It's how would
Okay.
Kip, I get being nervous, like going on dates and stuff, but you probably don't want to ask if they're having a good time because their face doesn't look happy. Kind of a turnoff.
I didn't mean like that. I mean your face is beautiful. Your whole is beautiful. You're beautiful. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like I could tell like you weren't having a good time, and I wanted you to have a good time.
Yeah, Kip, but maybe you could have phrased it a little differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Look, I was nervous, and I don't date a lot, okay? But, listen, I'm a really nice guy, and, I just feel like I could do it right, We could go somewhere and get food, and I don't know.
Mona, think about it. He's laying it all out there. Maybe next time, because it's all out in the open, he won't have those same type of nerves.
I mean, he's really sweet, and everything he does seems pretty genuine.
Well, how about this, Mona? Would you go out with Kip on a second date? I will pay for it. Free second date.
Time?
What's that?
Said we would get food this time.
You can get food. I promise.
Yes, we could do whatever. We could go bowling or get food or whatever.
He's the same.
Kip, you really like bowling, don't you?
I just don't date a lot, and that's just the last date I went on. We went bowling, and we had a great time.
Oh.
You guys don't have to go bowling if you don't want to, Mona. You can do anything. We will pay for it, though. Will you go out with Kipling again?
You know what? I guess he does deserve a second chance.
Whoa.
That almost
So-
sounded not painful.
What does that mean?
You're saying yes?
Yes, I'll go out with Kip again.
Yay!
Yeah, really? You won't regret it, I promise.
Congratulations, Kipling. You got a second date, man.
I can't believe you guys did this. This is amazing.
Kip, I can't believe we did it either, honestly.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to George, please?
Yeah, this is he.
Hey, George, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay. Why?
That's a good question, George. I'm calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you.
Okay.
Her name is Callie.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a girl that you met at a party a little while ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, she emailed us about you because you're not calling her back, and she's tried to get a hold of you a few times, and she's wondering if she did something wrong.
She doesn't know why I'm not calling her back?
She has no clue.
That surprises me.
Really?
Yes, that surprises me.
Why is that?
Well, just how the evening went, that's all.
She told us about when you guys met. She said you were hanging out at the party, and then she got a little drunk, did this weird fortune teller thing where she said she could see you marrying a hot blonde at some point, and you seemed weird, but she also told us you made out.
She thinks that's the reason. She thinks that's the reason I'm not calling her back?
She said it's the only thing she could think of. She also said it was very hazy because she was pretty drunk when she met you.
That doesn't surprise me.
Did she do something stupid while she was drunk?
Look, I don't want to call her out. You know, it was just a crazy night.
Can you tell us a little bit of the craziness?
No, I don't know if that's the best idea.
She told us already that you guys made out in the bathroom.
She told you that we made out in the bathroom.
Yeah. She told us all that. She's the one that wants to know what happened because she doesn't remember a lot of it.
I think it's probably best that she doesn't remember it.
Really?
I would like to forget it.
It's that bad?
Well, I mean, again, I'm like, it was a crazy night. Everyone was drinking. You know, stuff happens.
What happened, though? I need to know. And, by the way, anybody who does these things, we tell them beforehand, like, hey, you may hear something embarrassing about yourself, and they co-sign. They're like, okay, that's fine. I'm willing to hear whatever it is. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care if it's embarrassing. She just wants to know what happened.
All right. We did go to the bathroom. And there is something that happened in there that will be burned into my brain for the rest of my life.
Whoa.
My mind is spinning right now. There's lots of possibilities.
I'm with you, dude.
Well, we were making out, and she just, like, stopped, right? Mm-hmm. And she whispered in my ear, turn around and close your eyes. So I'm thinking, this is going to get pretty nice. This is going to get, we're going to see some...
I don't know if anybody said to me, turn around and close your eyes, I'd be scared.
Well, it's the way she said it. It sounded sexy. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I was drinking too.
All right.
So I turned my back to her, closed my eyes. You know, everything's racing through my head. Like, I'm about to see this chick naked, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm willing to do whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
And then she says, okay, open your eyes. And I turn around. Oh, my gosh. I turn around, and I am not seeing a topless chick. What I'm seeing... is this girl standing bottomless over the toilet and saying this, look, I'm peeing like a guy.
And that was
I'm like, what are you doing?
I gotta say
She's like, this is a trick I learned in college.
What did you do when you saw her
I was
doing?
really hydrated because it went for a long time.
Did you just leave at that point? I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled that.
I mean, I was completely horrified, if I don't need to say that.
Yeah.
She puts on her clothes, and I take her out to the living room and just kind of plop her on the couch.
Oh, you're no fun. Come on, that's
man.
a good trick.
What do you want him to do, Brooke?
Here's the kicker. This is my friend's house. So I went back into the bathroom and cleaned the piss from the bathroom.
That sucks.
That was my wild night.
Sounds like a lot of fun. No wonder why you're not calling her back.
I think it's
Do you
hysterical.
blame me now?
Not really.
No, not at all.
Although it does sound like a cool party trick I'd like to see.
It is
George.
a cool one.
George, I have to tell you something real quick.
What's up?
She's actually on the other line listening.
Who, Callie?
Yeah. Callie, are you there?
I'm here.
Did you hear that whole conversation that we just had with him?
Unfortunately, I heard it.
I am impressed.
George, I am so sorry. Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't have... I feel bad. I really wouldn't have said this on the radio.
Well, no, I did ask them to. Now I don't know why. Clearly, I created all my own problems here.
Oh, poor Callie.
Do you remember doing that at all, Callie?
I don't remember that at all. I did learn that trick in college. In college, I was really good at it, though. I didn't splash everywhere.
Oh my God.
Was this like
I swear I have not done that since, like, my junior year of college. I just learned it really fast.
That was a little throwback for you, just trying to see if you could still do it.
I mean, I learned back then that other people are actually not impressed, so I stopped doing it.
That's so weird.
But you see, George, Callie liked you so much she was trying to impress you.
Yeah. Well, it definitely left an impression.
But can't you see, George? Like, she's just a fun girl. That's a funny trick. You know, like,
Gross, but-
whatever. Like, you could look past that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
But everything was good up until the peeing all over everything point.
I kind of feel like the peeing overshadows pretty much anything.
I've learned that a lot in life on many occasions.
You have?
Yeah, peeing usually trumps everything else that happened up until that point.
I do like her delivery of it, though. Like it was going to be a big surprise.
Yeah.
Turn around!
Yeah, look
A
at
magic trick. Look at that.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Hey, George, at this point, I would love to ask if you'll go on a second date with Callie. I will pay for it.
You know, I think I'm gonna pass.
Oh, come on.
man.
Callie, you do seem like a nice person, but, you know, I really wouldn't be able to look at you the same.
Oh. Kelly, you tell him how great you are.
Well, at this point, I feel like I couldn't look him in the eye, so it's probably for the best.
All right, well, not a successful second date then, but maybe you can be friends.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello,
I was looking for Rebecca.
this is Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Do you have a few minutes to talk?
What is this about?
My name is Jubal.
Jubal?
Jubal, yes. And I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's on in the morning if you can't tell. I've said it like 4 times now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm new to town. I don't really know any radio shows or anything.
Yeah, I've heard that you're new in town. Welcome.
That sounded creepy.
It's like we're the welcome committee suddenly.
How do you know I'm new?
I know a lot about you, Rebecca.
Oh, that's
man.
normal.
How do you know a lot about me?
I'll
All
explain.
with me?
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So even though you're new in town, you went out on a date recently with one of our listeners, and he emailed us to see if we could find out what happened on your date and why you don't want to go out with him again.
I'm assuming you're talking about Charles?
Yes, I am. Unless you've been on a bunch of dates. I don't know.
No, just one. I haven't had time, really.
Okay. Well, Charles is wondering why you don't want to go out with him again. He says he's tried to text you, and you said you were busy, and then now you just stopped responding.
Yeah. Well, I am busy. I'm getting set up and situated, and this is just weird.
I understand
This is weird.
that.
I don't have many friends in town, and it's just like talking to a radio station.
Well, hey, we're your new friends now. You don't need any other friends. We're the best friends you never wanted.
Wow. Okay. Well, then that's good.
Did you like your date with Charles? Was it fun?
It was something. It was a date.
Was it
Cool.
Was it just maybe a little boring?
I mean, it wasn't the most exciting date I've ever been on. I mean,
Would you mind telling us about the date in your own words? Because we actually talked to Charles about your date. He said that you guys went to the park and had a lot of fun, so he's confused.
he's nice and all, but I don't know. I got a really creepy vibe from him.
Creepy?
Whoa.
Yeah.
We talked to him. I did not get a creepy vibe from him over the phone.
Yeah.
Well, neither did I at first, but then something happened.
What happened?
Whoa.
Well, when we went up to play Frisbee, he left his phone in the blanket,
Uh-huh.
and I noticed his screensaver was of my friend who set us up.
Wait.
Whoa.
The background on his phone was a picture of your friend.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, he said they were really good friends. Was it like a picture of him and her?
Yeah.
No, it's like a candid shot. Like, she didn't even know it was taken. It's weird.
Whoa, wait a minute.
So it looks like he just took a picture of your friend, his coworker, and saved it as the wallpaper on his phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ask him about it?
I did. I mentioned it. I was like, oh, this happened. He's like, yeah. And then he started, talking about her and how close they are. But I know from her that they're not that close. So that was that was creepers number one.
Yeah.
And is there number 2? Because that's creepy enough for me.
I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like we're jumping to conclusions.
Well, he started gushing about her and just saying how amazing she was and talking about, had it been a different time, who knows what would have happened between them. It felt awkward.
So on your first date with him, he's talking about how much he loves your friend, basically?
Yeah.
Whoa. And when you talked to your friend, she had no idea that Charles has a crush on her.
No, she had no idea. She said that they talk, but it's never anything deep.
Whoa.
So, and then I told her that he had the picture on his phone, and she was like, what?
That explains a lot, Rebecca, because not only have you not been talking to Charles, neither has his coworker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's like creeped out now, and she's like, the first day back at the office, she tried to avoid him. Like,
Yeah, he told us that.
I feel bad for him.
You feel bad for him. It sounds like he took a candid picture of some girl and put it as a screensaver on his phone. That's creepy behavior.
He doesn't have very good social etiquette, but he obviously has a crush on someone that's not you.
So if somebody has a crush on somebody, they can take a picture of them? All right, well, how about this, Rebecca? I do have to let you know that Charles is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
are you serious?
Yes, I am. Charles, you there?
God.
Yeah. I need to explain myself.
Yeah, I think you do, Charles.
Catherine and I are just friends, and I told you that on the date.
Yeah, well, I don't have a screensaver of my coworker on my phone.
It's not unusual to have pictures of your friends on your phone.
Yeah, but as a screensaver, that's kind of strange.
It's not that way. I mean, I see her all the time, like as we walk to the office. So it's like a shot of what I see.
So
You took hold on. Sorry, Charles, you took a photo of what you see on a daily basis when you walk by your coworker?
Yeah. I took a photo of my friend as I see her in the office.
Does she know that you took that picture?
I mean, that's not important. It's just a picture of a friend.
I think that is kind of important, Charles.
Yeah, that's important. She doesn't know, obviously, and I told her what the picture was, and she doesn't even remember you taking it. It was just like her with a cup of coffee with her hair like falling into her mouth. Like, I mean, it's weird.
I can't see her having a problem with it.
She's not talking to you. I mean, it's obviously kind of creepy.
I mean, I don't think he's meaning to be creepy. I just think, Charles, you obviously have a crush on your coworker.
No, I don't. We're just friends.
You said in another time that you guys might have been together. Had things worked out differently, that you would be together. So
it's not another time. It's this time. It's this time now, and we're just friends. I mean, in another time, I could have been with Angelina Jolie. I'm speculating.
Okay, well, no matter what, it's totally inappropriate on a first date to talk about how in love you are with somebody else when it's supposed to be about me. You know, I mean, that's just weird.
I'm not talking about how I was in love with her. I said that we could have been in love, but we're just friends.
Charles, you shouldn't bring up love in another woman's name like that unless it's your mom on a first date.
I was just talking about how much I adored Catherine, her friend, which I think she would appreciate.
Okay, you were talking about her hair, how shiny it was. You were talking about how strong she is, the yoga she does. I mean, you went off about it. It was not like a normal friend conversation. It was like you had studied every inch of her, which is weird.
She set us up. She knows me.
Not when I'm talking to her. She says that she doesn't know you that well. She said you're just coworkers.
I can't believe you even told her all that I talked about her and then I have a picture on my phone. That was a conversation with you, not her.
Okay, well, she's my friend, and if somebody has a creepy picture of someone on their phone, I'm going to tell her. She's my friend.
I told you that in
like
confidence.
creepers.
I told you that in confidence.
Hey, Charles, if you're not if your picture isn't creepy, why did you have to tell her in confidence?
Because you have different conversations with different people about different things.
Okay. Charles, I feel bad for you right now. You're learning a lot of stuff about yourself. I don't feel like you're creepy. Maybe you just need to admit that you did some things that were wrong according to social norms.
I don't think it's wrong to have a picture of your friend.
Hey, Rebecca, would you like a second date with Charles? We will pay for it.
No.
No?
Oh, Charles.
No. I don't think so.
Charles, you need to confess your love to your coworker friend.
I told you guys, I'm not in love with her. She's just my friend. And she happens to be, like, cool and awesome and pretty, and I like her a lot, but that doesn't mean we're anything more than friends. We're just friends.
Okay, all right, we got it, Charles. Rebecca, thank you for answering the phone, and welcome to town.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
I was looking for Alex.
Yeah, this is Alex.
Alex, how you doing, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm fine. You're calling from the radio station?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Well, I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours.
That's kind of weird.
It is.
A woman named Daisy. Yeah, we'll admit it is not a normal to receive this kind of phone call. A woman named Daisy that you recently went out with emailed the show saying that she really enjoyed your time together, but you've been blowing her off and haven't been answering her phone calls. So she said, hey, can you give Alex a call and see if you can find out if I did something wrong? So that's why we're calling you, Alex.
Okay.
Do you remember going out with Daisy?
Yeah, I had dinner with Daisy.
Did you like Daisy?
We had a fine time. Dinner was fine.
Daisy told us that she doesn't put on her dating profile that she's a mom, and she kind of dropped that at dinner. Did that scare you off?
I mean, I wouldn't say that scared me off. I mean, it was a little surprising that, that's like a big part of a person's life. And like in other profiles, I feel like that information was on there. So it was a little bit shocking that she just sort of dropped that in the middle of our dinner. But, I'm not against dating someone who has a kid.
Okay, so that wasn't it then?
No.
Do you want to see her again?
Your voice just got so
Yeah, your voice got so
high.
high-pitched, dude. I'm taking that as a no, Alex. You're not necessarily into Daisy.
Honestly, the date got a little weird, and so I don't think that I would want to see her again.
Define weird, if you could.
This is weird to talk about with strangers on the phone, but towards the end of the meal, like, she sort of got kind of quiet and emotional and sort of intense. And then she told me that her car was in the shop, which I knew because I had to drive. She asked me if I could pick her up, which is totally fine. But then she asked me if she could borrow some money to help pay for the car repair.
No, stop
She
it.
asked for a loan on your first date?
Like how much money?
Like $700.
Oh,
She just didn't have. She was waiting for a paycheck the next week or whatever, and she would get me
no.
back the next week. But she was in this tight spot, and it was really affecting, her kid's life and her life and whatnot.
Boy.
Oh, gosh. What
How did she
you
bring
say?
that up? Did she just say, hey, can I borrow $700?
No, I mean, it wasn't like that. I felt like she felt uncomfortable having to ask, but it was just really weird. And I was like, I don't really have that kind of cash flow. I don't have $700 to give to someone that I've met like 45 minutes ago. But I understand, people are in a tough spot, like car repairs.
Yeah.
So, but then she's like, well, what about like $400? Like, I have another friend that I could get the rest from.
She was bargaining with you?
Yeah, so then she bumped it down to $4, and I was like, just as a general policy, I don't do loans on first dates. And then, we had dessert, we went home, and I, got out of there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awful.
I have a tough
so
time
many levels.
loaning money to good friends of mine, let alone somebody that I just went out on a date with.
It seemed like a situation I didn't want to get into, so.
Not to make things weirder than they already are for you, but Daisy is actually on the phone and heard everything that you just said.
Hey, Alex.
That's Daisy on the phone?
Yep.
It's me.
Hi?
Daisy, did you failed to tell us that you asked him for a loan on your first date, Daisy?
It was just one little question. You know what I mean? It didn't.
Huge question.
Daisy, that's a $700 question.
I was going to be able to pay him back by Friday. I mean, I got paid on Friday. It wasn't like I was never going to pay him back or going to drag this out or anything like that. And, I mean, what am I going to do? I can't ask my ex-husband. He's a jerk. You know, so it just, to me, it was like a little question. And I didn't hold it against him at all that he said no. So I guess it never dawned on me that he would hold it against me that I asked.
Yeah, but I don't know you. It just seems so weird that you would think that it was okay to ask to borrow money. Don't you think that's weird?
To me, it's just like, there's no harm in asking. You know what I mean? I thought we were having a good time. It seemed like you would become a friend. And you never know until you ask. And like I said, there was no hard feelings that you said no, so it just never occurred to me that it would create hard feelings that I asked.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Alex. Daisy's not pissed at you that you turned down.
Opportunity to loan me money.
Wait, why are we worried about whether she's pissed? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, it's super weird to ask to borrow money. I mean, I don't ask friends for money. That's like something you ask family. Like, do you have an uncle or like a cousin or something? Like, rather than asking someone that you just met on a first date?
I mean, I suppose if I had someone else, I would have asked them, you know, but it feels like, to me, it seems like super judgy to make assumptions
about a person based on one question that they ask. You know,
Daisy, if I went out on a date with someone and they started telling me they were having money problems and then asked me for cash, I'm going to judge them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm going to
guys.
say that you're trying to like milk me out of money, especially if I met you online. I don't know you at all. Not a lot of trust can be had in a person that you just met on a first date asking for money.
I mean, I get what you guys are saying. I totally do. And I just didn't look at it that way because I am totally honest. And I did have the money on Friday. I would have totally paid him back. So it didn't dawn on me that, people would jump to that conclusion. Regardless of all of that, I did have a really great time on our date. And I would like to see you again.
Alex, would you like to go out with Daisy again?
Please.
We will pay for a second date. Daisy, I'm not paying for any car repairs.
Guys, be
But
nice.
we will
Stop
pay for
attacking
a second
Daisy.
date if you'll go out with Daisy again, Alex.
You know what? I will. I'll go out with her again. I mean, it was a really awkward, weird first date, but that's not the first awkward first date I've had.
All right.
Awesome.
Nice.
Daisy, you
Congratulations, you two.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They're cute.
Alex, don't leave your wallet out on the table.
Oh, Jubal flag.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adrian, please?
Yes, this is she.
Adrian, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Oh, okay. What is this regarding?
This is regarding a date that you recently went on. We do I'll tell you what it is before you get too weirded out. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. You recently went out with a guy named Jesse, and he emailed us about you. So we're calling to find out why you're not calling Jesse back.
Well, this is really weird to be put on the spot like this.
I know, I understand. Do you not want to go out with him again?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I don't care. You're not saying no to me. You're saying no to him. Why don't you want to go out with him again, though?
So, I mean, I went over to his house for dinner, and he had talked himself up as this really great cook, like one of the best in his circle of friends or whatever. And
Yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he was a pretty good cook, and he said that he made you his signature chicken casserole.
Yeah, first off, chicken casserole is that's not a food. That's something you take to a potluck. That's something,
I was actually kind of thinking the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's a casserole. It's like a throw-to meal that you do when you're like a working mom.
See, I don't cook. I heard the word casserole, and I was like, wow,
Right?
that sounds hard.
But, you got to give the guy a break. He's like a single dude, so.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
and I'm a huge foodie, but if it's good, if it's delicious casserole, by all means, change my mind, prove it to me, But it was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Really? It
Was
was
it
that
like-
bad?
Oh, no.
It was so bad, and he had talked it up so much.
He said that you ate it and seemed to like it.
Well, I was brought up in the Midwest. I have certain manners that I try to,
AKA, you're being
Yeah.
So you were being polite.
Yeah.
Was it like can of mushroom soup bad type of casserole?
Oh, it had to have cream of something soup.
Again, I'm not tracking with you guys because cream of anything soup sounds good to me.
No.
Sounds delicious.
No, that cream of mushroom soup that you get at the dollar store and you pull it out and it's like this gelatinous mass. Listen, my grandma used to make that.
Dude, the cream of mushroom soup. I love that stuff.
Okay, well, if you like it so much, fine. But personally, I would not give that slop to my dog.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah, it sounds like he made a delicious meal to me, but I guess I don't get it. So is that the only reason then that you just didn't like his cooking?
It's one of my deal breakers. One of my priorities is that if I'm going to date someone, he needs to be able to cook. He needs to know how to cook for a woman. He needs to know how to set a table, present a meal.
All right.
Wow.
The comic book thing have anything to do with it? I know that you voiced your concerns about the food. He thought the reason you didn't want to go out with him was his big comic book collection.
Actually, we looked at that stuff after dinner, and I felt physically ill. So I was just trying to, keep it together.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, no.
No, it was. And I don't understand how. I mean, I'm really worried because if that's his signature dish, right? And it's cold in the center. It hasn't even cooked all the way through. I mean, if that's his pride and joy, then like what does everything else taste like? Like I'm completely terrified to think about that being inflicted on another woman.
I feel like the second date update has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And you're just destroying him.
It's like Food Network right now.
Yeah, well, one of his friends needs to sit him down because they've clearly like let him think that he's good at this.
Okay. Well, Adrian, I do have to tell you that you kind of have already told him because he's actually on the other line listening.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. Jesse, you there?
You really didn't like it?
Oh my God.
I mean, I've made that for people and they love it. Like I don't understand.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Jesse, but they were just being nice to you because it tastes like trash.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disgusting. It's unconscionably disgusting.
Are you
Jesse, nobody's ever told you that your food is bad before? I mean, the way Adrian is describing it, it's the worst thing on the planet.
Like nobody has even said anything remotely like this at all.
Dude, Jesse, she is being so mean to you. Even if your food is that bad, like, I don't know why you're still, like, even being nice to her at all.
Well, I mean, if she's right and my cooking's that bad, I mean, I can't fault her for being upset about it. I mean,
they could, like,
nobody's told me this before.
Listen, someone needed to tell you, and someone's told you, so you can move forward now, I guess. You need a class. You need a class.
You said class? I thought you said slap.
I heard that.
I thought you were like, you need a slap. I was like, you want to physically assault him, Adrian?
No. I mean, maybe someone could, but no. Just take a class. You know, if you like to cook, you can get better. I'm sure you can. You can't cook for another woman like that. Like, you just can't. It's not right.
What if I just had an off night? Like, I just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe you just didn't like that particular recipe. What if we have a do-over and I make you baked ziti?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. No do-overs. No, like, if you can't cook a casserole to warmth in the center, that's basic cooking skills. It's common sense.
Adrian, you should be on one of those cooking shows as a judge.
Yeah.
Like, you are perfect for it.
I just know good food, and I know what I like, and it's important to me.
Okay, well, at this point, I need to ask you anyway. Would you like to go on a second date with Jesse? We will pay for it.
The only way I would ever go out with Jesse again is if he took a cooking class and he completed it, and I viewed the certificate with my own two eyes.
Wow.
Well, why don't we take one together? Then you know firsthand that I've gotten better.
No, I'm not taking the class with you because I don't need it, frankly. You take the class, you show me the certificate, maybe we can talk.
Whoa.
So I can call you after I take this class?
Oh, Jesse, come on.
Get a spine, man. Say no.
Yes, you can call me after you take a cooking class. We'll see.
Hey.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll go
Jesse.
take a cooking class.
Come on, man. Like, really? You're going to go take a whole class and everything and show her a certificate just to get a second date?
Well, she's made a lot of good points. I mean, nobody else has told me this. At least she's upfront and honest with me about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't care about, like, the time, the energy, the effort you put into the night.
I mean, if I'm that bad, then yeah, I mean, I guess she has a right to be upset.
Thank you. At least you're open to improvement. You know, like, if you want to be better, then that's something I can get on board with.
Well, there you go. I think this is kind of a successful second date update, sort of.
It's so weird.
I mean, they always say, like, in couples, hey, you guys should make each other better. Doesn't matter if you do it by just degrading the other person until they do it. And that's what Adrian just did for Jesse.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for your time, you guys.
Thanks for the help. And if you guys know of any good cooking class, let me know.
I'll have people text it in, 78592. Where can Jesse find a good cooking class? Text message in at 78592. It says, I want to fight her.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Allison.
Yes, this is Allison.
Allison, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Who's this again? I'm sorry, I'm not...
This is Jubal. I host the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm not sure what that is.
Well, it's a radio show. It's pretty much the only explanation I can give you there. Is a little bit of talking, a lot of crappy music, and we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. I'm assuming you've never heard of that either.
Not familiar with it.
You went out on a date recently with a guy named Keith.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Keith told us about your date.
Oh, really? What do you know? Do you know that he proposed to me?
We do. Yeah, he told us all about that. He says that he feels bad, but he also wanted to get you on the phone and tell you that he liked you a lot and wanted to see you again.
Really?
Let me ask you a question, okay? How did you feel when he proposed to you on your first date?
I thought it was really weird.
I feel like that's an understatement.
Definitely.
Has that ever happened to you before?
No, definitely not.
Was it scary, creepy, a little bit of both?
It was crazy. I mean, when you picture getting proposed to when you're young, a little girl, you don't exactly picture it happening on the first date at brunch.
You don't?
No.
Weird. Okay. Yeah, he told us all about your date, and he said that he feels really bad, and he's tried to apologize to you, and he just wanted to be able to talk to you again to see if you'd go out with him.
I mean, he should feel bad. What was I supposed to do?
Say yes and marry the guy?
Right.
Was there any part of you that thought, like, well, it's romantic?
No, I was completely shocked. It was one of those things where you just pause. It took me about 3 minutes to even get a reaction, and I didn't even know what to think.
So I'm guessing that the reason you aren't calling him back for a second date is because of the wedding proposal. Was there anything else?
Does there need to be another reason?
I don't think so. That's enough of an explanation. You know, Keith did talk to us, and he doesn't sound like a weird guy. He just says he got caught up in the moment, and he was super excited because you're like the best girl he's gone out on a date with ever, and he handled it the wrong way.
That's sweet that he says that, but I mean, we were vibing, we got along, we had, a good connection at first, and I felt a spark, but when he broke into tears and started proposing, I thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changes things a little bit, changes your whole vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Allison, I do need to let you know that Keith is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Allison.
Oh my God. What do you want?
I just want a chance to explain myself. I told you I'm sorry. I know that what I did was crazy. I know it was insane. I got caught up in the moment. I'm an emotional person, and I don't have a good excuse. I just got caught up in the moment.
It's not the 1920s. I mean, you don't just meet somebody and marry them off in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, you're right. I get that. But can you honestly say you weren't, feeling anything? I can't be the only one who was feeling something.
No, I was. I mean, I liked you at first, and you seemed normal, and I definitely felt a connection. But when you broke into tears and proposed, I just thought you were crazy.
Okay, that makes sense. That's totally fair. I'm not crazy. I've had some terrible experiences dating in the past, and you were so cool and normal, and I just felt it, and I got lost in that moment. I got caught up in it.
I feel like if that's the kind of guy you are, then who knows what other reckless decisions you'll make down the line.
Oh, no.
Dude, red flag is what she's saying.
I understand. Yeah, I get it. I understand how that could be a red flag or how I could seem crazy and unstable. I'm not you want to call my friends, and I have people who will vouch for me.
You want to supply references to Allison?
I will. I think this is important. I don't want to lose this potential relationship just because I messed up on the first date.
I mean, it's a shame because I liked him too. I'm just not looking to get married tomorrow. I'd like to date someone for a little while before we talk about marriage.
So you did like him, though, before?
Yeah, I did.
Well, then why don't you give it one more shot and go out on another date? Would you like to go out on a second date with Keith? We will pay for it.
Come on.
Allison, before you answer, I need you to know I did watch a couple rom-coms on Netflix the week before we went out, so I was in an emotional place already.
Blame it on the rom-coms. I love it.
It's like Katherine Heigl just gets to his heart, man.
Allison, will you go out with Keith again?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. This whole thing is just so weird.
Come on.
You cannot blame her, you guys.
Allison, the only thing I'm proposing right now is a second date. I just want to do this the right way and forget about the first date and just move forward. That's all I'm asking.
Allison, can you forget about the wedding proposal on your first date and go out with Keith one more time? I know that's a lot to ask, but do you think you can do it?
It is. If you guys think it's a good idea.
I do. I think it's a great idea. At least see one more time how he handles himself. I mean, he's not totally crazy.
See, right there. You said he's totally crazy. I'm going to change my mind again. I'm going to go back.
I said he's not totally crazy.
Yeah, but
he just got a little worked up, you know?
You're saying partially crazy, though.
Everybody's partially crazy. And you can't find somebody that's fully sane.
Yeah, no, I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
No? Oh, man. All right.
What happened? We were there, and then
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. What did we learn? What have we learned, though? Okay, this is all about learning. What did we learn from today's second date update?
that love isn't real.
No.
That's so sad.
We've learned that, but we've also learned no rom-coms before your next date, okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Carla, please?
This is she.
Hey, Carla, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show?
Okay. Do you have the wrong number?
I'm pretty sure I don't have the wrong number. Did you recently go out on a date with a guy named Justin?
Yeah, why do you know that?
Because Justin listens to our show and asked me to call you.
What? Why?
Because he told us about your date, said that he really enjoyed going out with you, but you won't return any of his phone calls or
God.
or text messages, and he wanted to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
So I don't answer his text, and then he calls a radio show to get a hold of. Oh my God.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Any interest in telling us why you won't call Justin back?
I can't believe that he wants me to call him back. Why is he so interested in me?
He said he really enjoyed your date and wants a chance to go out with you again.
Oh my God. What is wrong with this guy?
What's wrong with this guy? Is it hard to believe that somebody would want to go out with you again, Carla?
I mean, I don't think that it was that great of a date.
And why is that?
It was long and painful, and I think I was getting kind of cranky at the end of it, and then it was a very abrupt goodbye when I left, and then, and then I haven't responded to any of his texts or calls.
By long and painful, let me ask you this. He told us about your date. He said that he drugged you to a bunch of bars, and by the third one, you said your feet were hurting, and you didn't want to go to the fourth bar, but he made you go to that one. Did that piss you off?
Yep.
Okay.
What? Why wouldn't you just leave at that point, though? Like, call a cab on your own, get an Uber.
I know. I was going to leave after the third one, but he really wanted to go to this fourth one, and he was like this little sad little kid that really wanted to go to this fourth bar and kept saying how great it was, and I was like, well, what's great about it? He goes, oh, see, you guys see, it's just so awesome. And I felt bad for him. He had this whole plan. I felt like I'd let him finish this master date plan that he had. So
Okay, that was nice.
It sounds like you absolutely hated being out with this dude.
I mean, it was like fun. You know, he bought me a bunch of drinks, so that was nice. That was fine.
How was the final bar? Was it as great as he had promised?
It was a normal bar, and we go to the back, and he wanted to show me this old jukebox that they had. He acted like it was the only bar that had a jukebox in it. Didn't have the heart to tell him that most bars have that.
Most bars.
There's a lot of bars with jukeboxes. You know, Carla, I feel like you and I could be friends. We both seem to have the same zest for life. Like that's a stupid jukebox.
I just wasn't into it. Wasn't having a great time at the end. But he just, he wouldn't get the hint. I think I even told him his shirt looked terrible. And he goes, oh, you're so honest. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he told us all about that. He was like, I love her honesty, man. She ripped on my clothing.
Yes, it was so. It's like, is this a joke?
And then to be texting and calling me, I like dropped the phone the first time I saw him calling. I was like, what is he thinking?
Why didn't you just send him a text? I mean, because obviously he wasn't getting the point.
If you would have texted him back and said, no, I don't ever want to see you again, you would have been like, oh, man, there she is being honest again. I love it.
I know. Like, who knows how he could have read that, and then he would have, yeah.
Carla, thank you very much for telling us a little bit about your date with Justin. I appreciate it.
Talking about the date was ended up being more fun than the actual date.
Oh, sad.
Well, since you were honest with us, I feel like I should be honest with you and let you know that Justin is actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Why?
Because we think it's funny.
That's true.
Is he for real on there? No, he's not.
I don't understand. We so clicked. I know you're the last part wasn't so great, but the first part was really great. And I took your advice to heart. I got all these new shirts and everything.
No, I just don't think that we did click though.
No, but you totally got me, and that's what I was like. You were so authentic. You were so honest, and I was just like, that's amazing. That's the kind of person I want to date. That's the kind of person I want to be around.
Well, that's very flattering, but I just unfortunately do not feel the same way.
And that jukebox is like an authentic, from 1963. It plays old 45s. I mean, you can't find that anywhere anymore. And it's functioning, and it's amazing. It's got
it's just not a match. I'm sorry. I made fun of your shirt. I feel like I just looked bored the whole time. I was texting with friends while you were talking. What were you not getting that I wasn't interested? You had to force me to go to the fourth bar. I was ready to go home.
Carla, I feel like you didn't even give him a chance from the beginning. It sounds like he walked into the bar and you were already done with him.
No, it started off fine. The first bar, we had a couple drinks, and it was kind of small talk. And then we got to the second bar, and that's when boredom set in, and I was just bored, but I felt bad, and I felt like I had to do, the whole bar crawl for him.
I don't know. I guess I just read this wrong. I thought we were a great match. I thought we had a really good chemistry, and I don't know. I'm shocked.
Yep, you're right, Justin. We are a perfect match.
Really?
No. Justin, I'm being sarcastic again. Come on. You got to follow along with the conversation.
Hey, at this point, I think it's a great time to ask Carla if she would like to go on a second date with Justin. Carla, I will pay for a second date. Would you like to go out with Justin again?
No.
Am I not picking up on the sarcasm now?
You're not getting Jubal.
I thought you were being sarcastic at first. Second date, no. Thank you very much, but no.
Oh, man.
Justin, sorry, man.
Well, I guess thanks for trying. I guess I have to get better at, following sarcasm.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't. You don't have to get better at picking up sarcasm at all.
Thanks, man.
No, I was being sarcastic. Jesus.
I'm not getting it. Okay?
Clearly.
I get it.
Hello?
Hi, is this Ben?
Yeah? Who's this?
Ben, what's up, dude? How are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Sorry, who is this?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
You guys trying to sell something?
No, I'm not trying to sell anything. Selling radios.
Yeah.
No, not trying to sell you anything. It's a radio show, and one of our listeners emailed us about you. That's why we're calling.
Okay.
It's somebody that you went on a date with.
That's weird. Okay.
We do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Dates, where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not talking to them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we got an email from Tara the other day.
From Tara. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You remember going out with Tara?
Yeah, it's just like a one day thing.
Right. Yeah, she told us about your date.
What did she tell you guys?
Well, she told us that you guys hung out, had some drinks and tacos, and then went back to her place and you started messing around a little bit. And then she got up to go to the bathroom. And by the time she got out, you were putting on your shoes and seemed kind of sketched out when we're leaving.
Yeah.
And she said that she thought you two were having a great time, so she doesn't understand why you bailed and then aren't calling her back.
So she emailed you guys about that?
Well,
Yeah.
you weren't getting back to her, so, I mean, you could probably understand if someone bails with no word in the middle of a makeout session, you're going to wonder what happened.
So she went through all that. She emailed you guys. And, I mean, I don't know. That sounds kind of desperate, right?
I mean, yeah, maybe she is a little desperate, but regardless, she liked you a lot. Did you not like her?
No, I'm not really into her.
What?
Any particular reason?
I mean, it's just kind of, we got weird when we got back to her place.
So everything was good up until her place.
Yeah, I didn't have any idea about, like, I don't know. I don't really, I don't feel like safe, like, telling y'all.
You don't feel safe telling us?
You're safe, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's, like, the smartest thing for me.
Why?
What?
I mean, I left for, like, a really, like, specific reason. You know, it was like,
Yeah, that was the thing that was confusing to me about her story was you're hanging out with her for so long, you go back to her place, you guys are messing around. Clearly you liked her at a certain point, and then you just bounced.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to, like, say. Is it?
Should she know what it is? Like, are you baffled that she doesn't know why you left?
I mean, I think she has some idea. I doubt I'm the first person to, like, kind of not be into that.
Not be in? Oh, okay, so she's into freaky stuff.
I don't know what she's really into. I don't know. I don't feel really comfortable talking about it.
Okay, well, look, whenever anybody agrees to do one of these second dates, we always tell them that they might hear something that they're not going to like. So she's prepared to hear whatever the reason is.
I don't know about this one. I don't know if she wants me telling everyone this.
Well,
my God,
I mean,
was it
but
something
what
that
we
you-
told her, like, she knows that her dirty laundry could be aired. So if you're telling me she's into some weird stuff, she's fully prepared to put that out there. I mean, we warned her.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if she's okay with hearing whatever, then yeah, I'll tell you.
Sweet.
Gosh, I'm dying to know.
Yeah, me too.
So I was just like sitting there while she was in the restroom. Kind of like looked around. I saw like on her nightstand, there's this thing that looked like it was kind of half under her lamp, and it looks like she was trying to hide it. So I grab it, and it's this checklist,
Okay.
and on the top of it said things to get.
Things to get.
Like her grocery store list or something.
Yeah, it's real different than that.
Okay, what are the things that she needs to get that freaks you out?
So you had like long blonde, and it had like a check mark next to it.
Uh-huh.
And then it like said short black. And it had like another check mark next to that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking that this is weird. Like what's happening here? Like, and then the next one was said short men's brown, and there was like nothing after. It was just like blank.
She's talking about hair.
Brown.
Yeah. So you know that's what I was thinking too.
Right. Like maybe she's a hairstylist or there's like a wig that she's, I don't know.
She's just collecting hair?
I don't know. Well, because I have short brown hair. So I was thinking, okay, and there's like weird coincidence. And then I opened the nightstand, and it's like these bags of hair. So it got me thinking.
She had bags of hair in her
What?
nightstand?
Like how big?
Like gallon-sized bags.
Oh my
Wow.
God!
You think she was going out with you to try to harvest your hair?
She's gonna shave you in the middle of the night,
Dude,
bro.
I think she was trying to get my hair.
What? There's no way. There's got to be some logical explanation for this. You think you went out with a psycho hair collector?
I mean, that's what those bags were, right? So
Yeah.
it just really freaked me out. She was obviously hiding that list, and then like these were, these bags of hair were just sitting there. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I kind of got some creepy vibes from her just as a person, but I thought she was hot, so I went back to her place.
And that's how she gets your hair.
Which happened to all the
Yeah.
other men, too.
If I went back to a chick's house and there were bags of human hair there, I would have a few questions. I feel you on that.
Yeah, so I kind of just got out of there.
I can't believe you didn't ask her about them.
No, you don't want to make
Yeah,
her
that's- you don't want to
know,
make her
man.
angry. Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't be able to hold that in. I would be freaking out and yelling at her from the bedroom to the bathroom. Like, what is going on?
I wanted to live another day, so I left.
Okay. Well, Ben, I do have to tell you something, though. She's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
and now we're all scared. Tara, are you still there?
Yeah, Ben, this is Tara.
Why are you laughing? You're laughing, hair lady. That's even more psycho.
No, I can't believe this. Like, you have it all wrong and completely jumped to conclusions. Like, I'm like, don't know why you didn't ask me.
You want to talk about this? You want to tell everyone about your...
I mean, yeah. The checklist you saw was for hair. Like, that is correct.
Okay, so you do collect hair.
The bags in the nightstand are hair.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sounding worse.
And you're so happy about it.
No, it's funny. It's funny to me because I sound like a murderer on the radio. I am not a murderer.
What are you doing with bags of hair?
No, I make hair dolls, and I sell them on Etsy.
Hair dolls?
And I know that's
What?
weird. So I have a couple friends who work at salons, and was thinking like, okay, they're just throwing it out. What if I use them to like kind of be artistic and make art and make like a silly thing? People ended up loving them, and I make pretty good money doing it.
So you make dolls out of hair, just hair dolls.
Real hair.
Yeah, and people are obsessed with them.
Wait, hold
Okay,
on.
now it's still sounding creepy to me. It just got creepier, actually. Somehow you went from being a murderer creepy to now you're just somebody who sits in your house and makes hair dolls.
I mean, if you make the money I make doing them, you do it too. So maybe
You
people
were
are
trying to
doing
get
it.
my hair for a hair doll?
That's not a list for you. That was not you. You just happen to have short brown hair. Like,
Oh.
I just needed like a shorter hair for the doll I was making, and I needed to tell my friend that I needed that.
I mean, it just seems weird that you keep all this hair in your drawer and that you're collecting it and selling it.
I mean, yeah, that does sound really weird, but like, I'm not lying about it. You know, like, I can give you my friend Shannon's number. She's the main girl I get the hair from.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm not like trying to take your hair and, you know, put voodoo spells on you. I promise you, I'm not doing that.
No, I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't think you're lying about this, but the truth isn't, like, better.
Yes, it is, Ben. I mean, kind of.
I'm not saying it's not weird. It's very weird, but I mean, it's how I make extra income. I went on 2 vacations last year with this money I made with these hair dolls. So
Wow,
What
that's
kind
pretty
of
good.
people are buying hair dolls made out of a stranger's hair? Like,
I don't know. I have no.
Creepy
The people that like your hair dolls.
Yeah.
are they
Are you
cute?
promised that you weren't trying to harvest Ben's hair?
No.
Like you didn't see him when you're out at the bar and you're like, that's exactly what I need for my next hair doll. Must get him back to my place.
No, I am not a creepy hair witch. I don't try to find hair victims. I literally just tell my friends from the salon, like, hey, if you have this, let me know.
I've never, ever gone out with anyone that specializes in making hair dolls.
Well, why don't you expand your horizons a little bit, Ben? Would you like to go out with Tara again on a second date? We will pay for it.
No, I think I'm good, guys. This whole thing's kind of creeping me out. It's weird.
Come on,
Are you
Ben.
sure?
It's a hobby. Everybody has weird hobbies.
I can give you my Etsy shop, and you can look at them and see how ridiculous they are.
No, I get what the hair dolls are. I'm really cool if I don't see these hair dolls. I don't really want a hair doll. I don't need to know any more about these hair dolls. I think I'm good. Thank you.
Aw, boo.
Okay, well, then I will ask you, since we're kind of friends a little bit now, maybe you could donate. You know, let me know when you get your next haircut.
See, you are still trying to get his hair. Now,
You're still trying to get my hair. No, absolutely not.
You have a great set of hair, Ben. Deal with it.
Thank you. I'm going to keep it.
Maybe Brooke and Jubal would want to donate, Ben.
absolutely. I've been hoping somebody to make a doll in my hair for years. Nobody's ever taken me up on it, though.
I'll give you a 10% commission.
All right.
cool.
Sweet. I'll
I'm
send you
into
all my hair, all of my body hair. You get it, Tara.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Cecilia.
This is Cecilia.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cecilia.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm really tired lately.
didn't wanna ask that,
Also, a lot of
Cecilia.
heartburn lately. I don't understand why, Cecilia. You got any heartburn problems, or is it just me right now?
Who is this again?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. Can I help you?
Well, I don't even know if you can help us, but you can help somebody who emailed us about you.
Someone emailed you about me?
Yes. We do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. And you went out to an outdoor concert with a dude named Steve a little while ago.
Oh, God, Steve.
Uh-oh.
That's what this is about?
Yep. Steve said that he really had a good
Wow.
time with you, and he told us about the date, even the part where you guys got ambushed by some crazy dude with a knife, and then Steve ended up, like, fighting him off. And Steve's wondering why you won't text him or call him back.
Is that really what Steve told you?
Yep, that's what he told us. Does that not sound right to you?
No, that's not right at all.
Wait, are you, hold on. Are you saying that the knife fight didn't happen, or?
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's way more to the story than he apparently told you, and I would love to fill you in on what actually happened.
Oh, perfect. You know
you're
what?
heated.
Normally we have to try to convince people to tell us, but the floor is all yours. What happened?
It sounds like he basically told you what happened, but when this guy jumped out, I was obviously scared of a dude with a knife in the woods.
Right.
And I saw them fighting, so I ran away, and I felt like I got far enough away to be safe. And then I started thinking about Steve, and he was still there with that guy, so I was frantically texting him, trying to make sure that he was okay. And he wasn't responding to me, so I was just freaking out, trying to figure out what to do.
Damn,
Did you call
that had
the
to be
cops?
scary.
Like, that's who I would call 911.
No, I didn't call the cops. I mean, everything was just happening so fast, and I was just panicking. So I didn't really think about it in that moment. I just wanted
Steve to text me back, and I waited and waited and waited, and when he didn't, I got really worried, so I went back because I wanted to make sure he wasn't just like lying on the ground, stabbed with no one around him.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
And I went back close to where it happened, and I see Steve, and I see the guy with the knife, and they're just talking.
Chatting?
Yep, just chatting and smoking a cigarette. They were like laughing together.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
You know,
Are
sometimes
you
after you
saying-
fight somebody, you're like, "Hey, are we cool? You know, did you pull a knife on me? Yeah, we're bros, right? Nice to meet you." Yeah, who knows?
No, not with a stranger.
No,
So wait.
I agree. It's weird.
You think that he set it up? Is that what you're accusing him of?
I mean, I don't know if he set it up, but something was definitely off. There was just something not right about the whole situation. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be laughing with somebody who just tried to attack me with a knife.
Yeah, no, that would make me angry. Even if you were a good friend of mine, you attack me with a knife, I'm probably not going to talk anymore.
Dude,
you know?
What'd you do? Did you pop out of the woods and be like, "Hey, surprise, I'm here too now"? Like,
No. I just kind of put two and two together, and I got really mad and just realized that he was a bad guy, and something was going on, and I wasn't being told everything. So I just decided to put my hands up and walk away. I was like, I don't even want to deal with this anymore.
that is awful to make someone feel that amount of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely terrified. And so when I walked away, Steve finally texted me and was like, "Oh, hey, like, do you want to meet at Starbucks?" And in my mind, I'm just like, no, of course I don't. Like, I don't even know what just happened, so I just didn't respond.
Yeah, that is weird. I would love to figure
That
out
is
why he was
messed up.
sitting there talking and laughing with the dude who just tried to stab him.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, cool. Let's do that then, because Steve is actually on the other line listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, unless he hung up. Steve, are you still there?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Cecilia.
Man.
What the Steve? What was that?
I don't even know what to say here. It's okay. Here's the thing. I really, really liked you. Cecilia. I really did. I thought you were really sweet.
Well, are you going into explaining that you are you? Okay, I'll let
Now,
you
hear
explain.
me out.
Okay,
Hear
okay.
me out. So while we were talking, before we actually went on the date, she said that it's so great going out with someone who's not a muscle-bound douchebag like the guys that she's used to dating. You just seem like a really sweet guy. And so I'm thinking, all right, I've been here before. I've heard that kind of thing before. And what always happens is I end up being in the friend zone.
Uh-oh.
You're an idiot.
And so, well, you could think that, but listen, I arranged for the guy to attack us with the knife. I knew no one was going to get hurt. But here's the thing. I needed to show you that I could protect you, and if that happened in real life, I would absolutely do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure. It's a lot easier when it's one of your buddies holding a knife than just actually a random maniac.
Dude, they're laughing, but that is so messed up. Do you know what you made her feel? Do you know what you put her through?
You know how I felt when I keep getting rejected by women that look like her?
Totally the same. Like your life is on the line because you don't know how to close a deal in a relationship.
That's disgusting. I was literally telling you that I liked that you were sweet and not like these other guys. So if I don't like those other guys because they did stuff like that, why would I like you doing it?
But you know what that means in woman speak. That means that you're a sweet guy and I like you and I'll never like you.
There's no such thing as women speak. It's all just the English
No.
language. So
That's,
yes,
if there's
it
no
is.
such thing as women speaking, why have I heard that so many times and it's become the friend?
Are you seriously trying to blame this fake mugging on me? Like I said something and that you're really going to blame me?
No, not you individually, just women in general.
Blaming all women for you setting up your friend trying to stab.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, you are so lucky you're on the phone right now and not in real life.
Well,
in
according to Steve, he'd
person.
be able to protect himself against you. So.
I mean, here's the thing. What are you supposed to do if a girl thinks you're weak? You got to stand up and show her that you're not. And, I couldn't depend that somebody would just accidentally mug us.
Just hope for a mugging.
I never said you were weak, Steve. This isn't an
You said you'd only dated muscle-bound guys. What was I supposed to think?
maybe that it didn't work out with those guys and I'm looking for something completely different.
Yeah, and just because those guys have muscles doesn't mean they're weak. Like the strongest men I know are actually comfortable with who they are and don't have to prove anything.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
No, you're not. You are setting up muggings in the woods because you don't think that you're a strong enough man on your own.
I do. I know I'm a strong enough man. I wanted to show her how strong I was.
You're so confident, Steve. Like, have you done this with other women before? Like, set up fake mugging?
No, but you know what? None of the other girls I've ever dated kept throwing it in my face that I'm not muscular enough for them.
What? I was never saying anything like that. I was answering your questions about what my exes were like.
Now, because women don't say what they really mean, They've always got subtext.
Steve, you're disgusting. It blows my mind that you think that you have to do this kind of stuff to impress girls.
You know,
Okay?
it blows my mind that you don't get that women want a strong guy.
You don't
Yeah.
get that. You don't get
Okay.
what women want.
Seriously, dude, stop with the mansplaining. Yeah, mansplain us what women want. Is that what you want to tell us? What we want?
Cecilia, I think I know what women want, and women want another date with Steve. Would you like to go out with Steve? On a second date, we will pay for it.
Maybe you could go on a date with that fake nice guy. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't want to go out with me again.
What in the world makes you think that I would ever, in my mind, think about saying yes?
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Oh, my gosh. He really doesn't get it, Cecilia.
That's the most delusional thing anybody has ever said.
Yeah.
You know what's delusional is the fact that women always say they want a nice, funny guy, and then they never go for him.
Oh, my God. They just don't go for you, Steve, because you're crazy.
Sure.
It's not nice to set up a fake mugging.
Even if it was fake, you didn't know it was fake at the time, and I never even got to thank you.
Good point.
Who doesn't thank somebody for saving their life?
Shut up.
You know what, Steve? I think you're the one who dodged a bullet on this one.
She's rude.
Yeah, she is rude.
Oh, my God. You guys are awful.
Hi. Any idea why I'm calling you today?
I can't say I do. No.
Do you want to know, or should we just hang up?
I would love to know what's going on.
Well, we got an email about you from one of our listeners. That's why I'm calling.
Okay.
Her name is Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Yes.
Okay.
And you guys went out on a very long date recently.
Is that what she said?
That is what she said. She emailed us. So we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So Suzanne told us about how your regular date turned into like a 24-hour thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she told us that she couldn't really make it the full 24 hours. And then you guys got in an argument after. And she tried to text you and apologize and would actually like to go out with you again, but you haven't responded. So she's wondering if she did something wrong.
Well, she didn't make it the full 24 hours. What she did wrong.
Wait.
That's it?
Are you joking, right?
I'm not joking.
What?
So because she wanted to leave after, I mean, I don't even know what hour you guys were in. I think it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, she said.
Yeah, it was around 11:30.
And that's why you're upset?
Well, I mean, we made a pact. We did the whole pinky promise thing, and she broke the pact. So, no, I don't know if I would like to see her again.
Whoa.
But you can understand it. I mean, 24 hours is a long time to stay up.
Well, yeah, 24 hours it's a long time, but I've done it before.
Okay.
I did it with a girl once, and we made it 29 hours. It's not impossible. It's my way of weeding people out that aren't going to follow through on things.
What?
Why would I want to waste my time with someone who isn't going to commit, you know?
Wait, hold on. It's like a test that you do with all dates or some dates. What's the story here?
Not all dates, but if I feel that there is a lot of potential in somebody, then I say, okay, well, maybe we should try the 24-hour date.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked before. Unfortunately, that relationship did not end up going so well. But I figured, Suzanne is really good. I like our connection. We watched Parks and Rec. We could totally make it 24 hours. Clearly, she could not.
Okay, so that's legit. The reason why is that she didn't make it an entire 24 hours. It sounds like she got close.
Yeah. It's more than her not making it 24 hours. She is a quitter.
What?
Oh,
Quitter.
dang.
I feel like here's the thing. She really likes you, and you obviously liked her enough to put her through whatever weird test you have.
Well, yeah, that's why it was really hard for me. That's why we got into such a big argument, because I really did have a wonderful time with her.
Sure.
And I mean, if you like someone enough to hang out with them for 24 hours, your body can do it. Your mind is stronger than your body. I was able to do it. I was going to do it. She clearly did not like me enough to be able to do it.
That is really, I'm married and I couldn't do that with my husband.
Do you two have commitment issues?
Yeah, they do, man.
Yes, for sure. I mean, anybody who can't stay up for 24 straight hours, definitely.
Committed.
So it's a character flaw for you that she wasn't able to make it the 24 hours.
Exactly. How am I supposed to trust in her and commit to her if she can't even commit to 24 hours of being together?
I mean, I don't know anyone else that has this test, and they all seem to be able to stay in a committed relationship.
Listen, I know I am obviously a little different, and you guys don't agree with how I do things, but I've had lots of issues in the past. This is how I do it. It sucks, but that's just how things go.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, you know what else sucks, but that's kind of how things go is I'm a liar, and I lied to you at the beginning of this because Suzanne is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Oh, God. What do you want, Suzanne?
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. I thought I was calling to get you to go out with me on a second date.
Oh, well, I mean, we never even completed the first date, so I'm not sure how we could get to a second date without, going chronologically.
I apologize about that, and I also apologize for how I left. I told you I was sorry.
So sorry that you're having to go through a radio show. Come on, Suzanne. You're more committed to getting attention through a radio show than just, committing to 24 hours a week.
Wow. Okay, no, that is not, no, I was very committed. It's not like I trained for this in advance and failed. It was a very moment decision.
Clearly, it's not too much work to go through Brooke or whatever.
Whatever his name is.
I like Juby. That's fine.
Look, I really tried, okay? It just wasn't fun anymore. I just was tired, and I wanted to go home and take a shower and rest.
You were
I made the effort.
There was an end in sight. What's it going to be like if we ever got into a relationship? Is it okay if I just, try not to cheat but end up slipping up? Is that, oh, sorry. Sorry, I couldn't make it.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not a comparison.
That's not even.
We were literally together for 18 hours straight. I feel like that's...
So you couldn't make it 6 hours more?
No.
George, I think you need to slow down. You could be missing out on something really great. Yeah, commitment's important in a relationship, but so is flexibility and compromise and the ability to listen to someone else's needs. And her need was to go to sleep.
I am a very busy person. I don't have much time to be with people who aren't going to be what I need.
Whoa.
You understand?
Okay, and you need someone who doesn't sleep.
Exactly. I mean, look, Suzanne, I was having a wonderful time. That's why it hurt me so much. We were having a great time, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just start yelling at me, calling me a liar for some reason, and it broke me. It was like you were stabbing me in the heart. I saw a real future with you, and then you just completely shattered that dream.
Okay, that's not exactly how it happened.
You don't really operate in the middle on much, do you, George? It's kind of extreme on everything.
You might call it extreme. I call it definite. I don't want to date a quitter.
What?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Then maybe we should just not do this.
Or we could ask George. George, would you like to go out with Suzanne on a second date? We will pay for it.
You know what? No, it sounds like she's quitting on the call, too. So I think I'm fine.
Oh, my gosh. Suzanne, I think you dodged a bullet.
Yikes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look, she can't follow through on anything. She can't follow through on the phone call, can't follow through on playing Frisbee. What's next?
Follow through on playing Frisbee.
You're a horrible person, Suzanne.
I know.
I forgot about the Frisbee.
Suzanne, I'm sorry that you didn't get a second date, and hopefully you can dig deep and find some kind of work ethic and not give up on things, so easily.
Look, George, I'm sorry I didn't live up to your expectations, but maybe you can find someone who's I don't know, addicted to Adderall or
Yeah, there you go, George.
You know what? If that's what it takes.
That's what. All right. If there are any Adderall addicts out there who want to date George, text them 78592.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Veronica.
Yes, this is her.
Hey, Veronica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a morning radio show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really listen to the radio. Oh, why exactly are you guys calling?
Well, I'm calling you because one of our listeners sent us an email about you and asked us if we could get you on the phone.
Oh, okay.
His name is Scott. He's a guy that you recently went on a date with.
Yeah.
Well, he emailed us because he says after your date and after your bike ride, you just sort of threw your stuff in the car and left in a rush and haven't talked to him since. So he was wondering if we could get you on the phone and ask him why you don't want to talk to him.
I really don't want my business out there. I mean, is this, can people hear me?
Yes, but is it your business? If it's something that, is embarrassing for you, you don't have to talk about it. But you can just tell me if he did something wrong. That's really all I need to know.
I mean, yes, it was his fault.
Okay. So if it's nothing bad on you, do you mind telling us what he did so that at least we can give him an answer? I'd really appreciate it.
I mean, if that's what's going to make him sleep better at night, okay.
It will.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what did he do?
I mean, when I first met him, I thought he was a really good guy. He seemed like a really nice guy. But after our date, I have no respect for him.
No respect for him?
That's huge.
None. I just feel like he's a completely different person than who I thought he was.
Did he say something horrible to you?
No. It's just I don't respect him and the things that he contributes to, and I just don't respect him as a human being.
The things that he contributes to?
I actually got there a lot sooner than he did, so I had unpacked my bike, and I kind of met him at the beginning of the trail. So, you know, we had our date, and when we got back, I noticed he drove this enormous SUV.
I'm still waiting for a problem.
I mean, they contribute to a lot of pollution that's going on in the world today.
So you're not calling him back because he drives an SUV?
I can't date somebody who is knowingly polluting the environment. I mean, if you really look, literally an SUV will kill 20 birds a month. That's 200 birds he's killing a year by driving some astronomically big vehicle.
Right.
But why wouldn't you just tell him that? Did that upset you?
Because he's not going to change. That's who he is. And if that's who he is, I don't want to be with him. I mean, I plan on having kids one day, and he's destroying the environment that my kids are going to grow up in.
So you hate SUVs, and that's the reason?
No, I don't hate SUVs. I hate people that drive SUVs that are destroying the environment that I live in, the air that I'm breathing.
Okay.
You guys are laughing at me while you're talking to me.
Well,
I don't understand.
The reason that we're laughing is it seems like kind of an extreme move to not date somebody just because of the car they drive.
An extreme move? Do you know that pollution kills more than 1 million seabirds and 100 million mammals every year?
I did not know that.
Killing the environment.
But the thing, like that, I think it's an incredibly noble cause. I just don't know if your tactic for tackling the environmental issues is probably just not dating people who drive SUVs.
So what are you doing to help the environment? I'm guessing nothing at all.
Whoa. Yeah, Brooke.
I recycle. Right. I compost. Okay, I compost.
Did you know that we are the number 2 country producing carbon dioxide on a daily basis? Number 2. Number 1 is China.
I did not know that.
It is
I would love to tell Scott all this information, to let him know what a bad person he is, don't you?
I sense your sarcasm, and I really don't even want to talk to him. He's a bad person, he's bad for the environment, and I don't want anything to do with him.
That's going to be kind of tough because he's actually on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
Hey, Veronica, it's me, the bird killer.
Whoa.
Are you going to outlaw cats because they kill birds too?
What's going on? I didn't even know he was on the phone.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
It's a detail I left out.
Yeah, I didn't know I was such a bad person like Jack the Ripper. Holy cow.
You are a bad person.
Whoa.
I drive an SUV. So do thousands of other people.
You don't need an SUV. You don't even have a family. It's just one. Get a smaller car.
Good point.
You're telling me how to live my life?
Bottom line, Scott, you are destroying the world with your SUV. And you know what? I think it's disgusting and repulsive. So it is what it is.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Bottom line, you're insane. I respect the environment as well, okay? Just because I don't drive the kind of car you think I should drive doesn't mean I don't care. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person at all.
I'm surprised you just didn't take a match and light the whole entire forest up while we were doing. I'm surprised you just didn't burn everything down. So that's what you're doing driving an SUV.
Wow, you know what? After hearing you talk, I'm surprised you didn't drug me and harvest my organs for birds.
What? Oh my God.
The world would be a better place without you. I probably should have done something like that.
Veronica, don't you think that you're being a little extreme? Like, you know, your message is getting lost.
She's being crazy.
You know what, Scott? I'm the only one in this whole entire conversation that's actually speaking the truth. And I'm actually glad I'm on the radio so it can expose how mindless and how simple and how disgusting you are as a person.
Oh, my God.
You know what?
And by the way, hold on. My last fact. By the way.
Oh, another fact. Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. You're driving an SUV using gas because you're not in a hybrid or an electric vehicle. Well, every 1 million tons of oil that is shipped, approximately 1 ton of that gets wasted in the water. So now you're not only pollutioning our air, it's the ocean, it's the air, it's everything. You're an evil person.
Oh, my God.
This is a perfect time to ask Veronica, would you like to go out on a second date with Scott? We will pay for it.
You must be stupid to even ask me that question. I'm not going out with that guy again.
Yeah, he is.
I am kind of stupid, yes. So no second date.
Matter.
All right, well, you guys. Scott, thank you for your email. Veronica, thank you for your time. I just want you to take comfort in knowing that your message was heard loud and clear.
Very loud.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you, Veronica.
Goodbye.
Scott?
Can you believe her? Hello?
Hey, is Jordan there?
Speaking.
Jordan, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
So say that again. Who are you?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
It's a radio program. You can hear it on the radio in the morning.
Great.
Cool.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Is there a reason that you're calling me?
You went out on a date with a girl named Virginia a little while ago. Or should I say you had coffee with a girl named Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Virginia liked you a lot.
Okay.
And so she emailed us because she wanted to see if we could get you on the phone since you aren't answering any of her phone calls or text messages. It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. That's exactly what it is. If somebody gets blown off, they enlist our help to get you on the phone and find out why. So is there a reason that you don't want to go out with Virginia again?
This is very confusing and very odd, and I don't know if I should be telling you guys anything because I think this is personal. No?
You haven't heard confusing or odd yet. Man, trust me.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. I know that this can be a very strange thing to do, but is there a reason that you're not calling Virginia back? She liked you a lot, like a lot.
Truthfully?
Yeah.
She's really, really lovely and really nice, and it's just not someone I felt like was a really perfect match. You know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe it's me. I am seeing a few other women right now, and I'm not really looking for anything serious.
Okay.
Okay. You sound like a catch the way she described you.
I don't know about that, but I'm sure I'm sure she's not going to have a problem finding a guy. But she's really, when I say she's lovely, she really is. She's really pretty, it was a chemistry issue. I don't know what it was, but I think I'm weird like that, to be honest. But I feel bad about it because I know she's called a few times and I haven't called her back. I will admit that. I think I'm just really picky. And unfortunately, I frustrated, I think, many women that way.
Yeah, but it's like, you went on one coffee date. How can you really tell?
It's nothing against her, but I just felt this stronger connection with these other women that I'm seeing. So it's nothing to do with her, really, at the end of the day. So
that's it, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if there's supposed to be something else.
Not really, no. It's just we do these second date updates a lot, and usually somebody's weird on a date or something. It's just kind of boring. You're kind of boring me, Jordan, is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't... I'm not, I think I'm a nice guy, so I'm not out to take advantage of people that way. And
good. Yeah, like what Jubal said, boring, rational, logical.
I do feel bad about not calling her, but I don't see a future there. I'm just not interested in going further.
Yeah. What if I told you that she doesn't see much of a future either?
What?
Well, actually, you know what? I feel better letting her explain this part.
Okay, so you want to ever call me or?
No, she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
But she's on the phone right now, or she's on the
yeah, she's on the phone listening. Would like to talk to you.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. This is
How are you?
I'm a little confused. I'm sorry if I said anything that was hurtful to you. I certainly don't want you to feel bad about.
I don't feel bad at all. Like, I agree with you. I don't see a future for us either, actually.
Okay. I guess I was presuming. So what are you talking about then? Because I don't know why all these people called me. Can you?
Yeah, so I, wanted to talk to you about something. I was just wondering, if we could maybe get together. I have, a pretty important question to ask you. And, yeah, I was just wondering if you'd be willing to do that.
I don't know. I think that sounds a little bit like a date, right? I thought both of us really aren't interested in that.
Okay, fine. You know what? So I have something to ask you, and it's going to sound a little crazy and a little bit weird, but I just want to get it out there. I am wondering if you would get me pregnant.
So say that one more time. What did you just say?
Yeah, this actually might work out perfectly because we don't have to see each other. We don't have to have a relationship. I just think you check all the boxes for what I want, and I just was wondering if you would get me pregnant. It's a pretty good deal for
you. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
I think we skipped a couple steps, no?
I mean, you don't have to be involved. I don't need any monetary support from you.
Is this serious? Are you being serious, or is this like some prank or something? Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. This is not a prank. This is my real life here.
Oh my god.
Something I really want. And I've gone out with so many different guys, and you were amazing and perfect, and I would be honored if you said yes.
Okay, I can't believe you're actually saying this. Like you really want me to sleep with you once, and we're done. That's it.
Well, enough times to get me pregnant.
That could be a lot of times.
Jordan, she's 100% serious, too. This is not a joke, man.
This is so weird.
Yeah, this is really weird. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer this. This is a huge question. It's a big deal.
Have you ever thought about having kids or being a sperm donor before?
I've never thought about kids in any way at all, so this is really weird.
Oh, that's a bigger question.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. I am the one that will be taking care of it. You don't even have to be in the picture after it's done. Just do what you do best.
Do what you do best. That's a big vote of confidence for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Is that what you do best?
I have no comment on that.
Oh my god, there'd be so much pressure going into the bedroom before this. It's like a business deal, but with your clothes off.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm guaranteed to panic in that situation right now.
We'll just treat it like a normal date, and you have a guaranteed good time. It will not be like a business deal.
Yeah, Jordan, if you go on one more date, you'll know exactly how that thing's going to end.
Yes, 100% success rate.
No strings attached.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call that a date, to be honest with you.
What if I offered you some money? What if I offered you $10,000 before I get pregnant, and then an additional $5,000 when I get pregnant?
Whoa! That's a lot of money.
What about that? Would you do it then? And you know what? Then I'll also have some legal papers drafted up, so you'll have $15,000 and some legal papers that say you don't have anything to do with it. You don't need to be involved at all. How about that?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I cannot believe this is happening.
Neither can we, dude.
Yeah. I really wish I had coffee.
Hey, Jordan, would you like to go out on a second date with Virginia? You can make $15,000 and try to make a baby after, and we'll pay for dinner too.
Oh wow, what a
So,
deal!
sounds like a great night to me, Jordan. Would you do it?
Will you pay for college?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's on Virginia. She can do that.
And child support for the rest of your life. Oh, and the therapy.
No, I meant for me.
Yeah, I'm not paying for your therapy, no, but I will pay for dinner so you guys can go out and discuss your transaction further.
I'm happy to hang out and see and talk. I'm not going to say right now that yes, I will get you pregnant, but I will certainly say yes to coffee. Can we just start there?
Oh my God!
Congratulations, Virginia. That sounds like you got a second date.
That's awesome. We can definitely start there.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could be in that coffee shop and hear what you guys are going to talk about. It'd be so awkward for anyone sitting near you.
Now that I think about it, I will probably need something a little stronger than coffee.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mike, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Mike, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What? From the radio show?
Yeah. Mike, are you a listener to the show?
I think I may have heard you for like a brief second, but then I turned the station real quick.
I don't blame
Awesome.
you. You know,
Okay.
Most people.
It's like my mom.
Sweet. Thanks, Mike. Well, we actually got an email from somebody who listens to our show a lot more than you have.
Yeah.
Her name is Diana, and you recently went out on a date with her. And she wanted me to call you to find out why you're not calling her back.
All right. That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little strange,
It's a
Mike.
segment we do on our show all the time called the Second Date Update. If you'd listened for more than 2 seconds, you would have known that, Mike. So Diana is confused why you're not calling her back.
Because I didn't want to go out on a second date with her.
Got that.
I mean,
We've
she-
got that out of the way. But what we're wondering is there a certain reason? Did she do anything wrong, or did you just not feel a vibe?
It was just, I don't know. It was just kind of like an uncomfortable date. I just didn't feel like we had any chemistry, and yeah.
Really?
Do you mind if I recap what she told us, and then you tell me if it's correct?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, she said that you guys met at a bookstore, and then you went out for dinner. And when you were at dinner, everything was going great until like the middle of the date, and then you just kind of shut off and stopped talking to her.
She said that?
Yeah.
I mean, she was the one that stopped talking.
What do you mean?
She stopped talking to me.
That was not what her story was at all. According to her, you stopped talking, and the whole time she was like trying to get you to open up again, and you were on your phone, and then the date ended.
I was there, and she's definitely the one that stopped talking to me. Like, I don't know, maybe it was something that I said that made her feel uncomfortable. I really don't know.
What are you she said that you guys were just talking about bacon, and then things got weird.
We were talking about bacon, but that wasn't the topic that made the date uncomfortable. That wasn't what started the bad vibes.
So
Okay, what was it?
Did yeah.
Well, whenever I go out on dates, like I always like to ask, like interesting questions that, just kind of make you think, and also initiate like good conversation.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her, what is your greatest fear? And she said, bears. And right after she said bears, the entire vibe changed. The entire vibe. That's when things got really uncomfortable. She was very awkward after that. Very easily startled. It was
what?
Easily startled.
Like just
easily startled.
Just thinking of bears made her frightful.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but like, even for example, like the waiter brought her food and from behind just kind of placed her food down in front of her, and she was startled. Like that startled her a lot. It was almost as if like a bear delivered the food.
Wait, was she like previously attacked by a bear and she's having flashbacks all of a sudden?
She didn't give me any information. It was just she said bear and then she completely checked out. That was pretty much it.
Oh my God, Mike, you're lying.
What was that?
Mike, that is Diana.
Diana's on the phone right now?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. And what the hell are you even talking about?
So you're denying that you didn't check out when I brought up your greatest fear and you said bear. So that didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen at all. I was talking the entire time, and you checked out completely.
Then how come whenever I brought up your biggest fear and you said bears, you were staring off into the distance, you weren't even looking at me, you weren't paying attention at all? It's like I didn't even feel like I was on a date anymore.
Whoa! No, we were talking about bacon. And then all of a sudden you checked out and started looking at your phone and you didn't have any eye contact anymore. You checked out, dude. And we were talking about bacon. Oh, no.
Who's telling the truth here? I'm so confused.
Is it the bears or the bacon?
I don't know.
Guys, I honestly don't know, but I feel like she needs to go see a therapist about this bear situation. I don't know why she's denying this right now, but I am 100% certain that she is terrified of bears or the word bear. I really don't know at this point.
Diana, are you scared of bears?
It's a word?
Just to clarify, I don't like bears. But you know what? They don't petrify me, and I don't think about them and, like, get all scared and stuff. You know what I mean? It's a bear.
It sounded like you were screaming at every move that other people made because you thought you were about to be attacked.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, I'm not scared of bears.
All right. Well, I hate to ask an awkward question that might shut everything down. It sounds like that's what we have a problem with here. But, Mike, would you like to go out on a second date with Diana? We will pay for it.
I don't think that's a great idea. Obviously, she's very unaware of her trigger words.
Oh, my God.
I think that,
you know what? That's fine, because I'd rather, if I go out with you again, I'm going to wear a bear costume.
Maybe that might help you get through whatever it is that you experience.
Well,
so strange.
Mike, thank you for your time. And I do agree with you. Maybe the bear costume is a good thing.
Therapeutic.
Diana, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
That's okay. Thank you so much for calling and letting me know what happened.
Oh, my God, I feel so unresolved by all of this. I don't know if it was the bacon or the bears, and it's driving me crazy.
And listen, Diana, if you need a good counselor to help you with your bears, I got like 4 that I go to, so I can hook you up with a number, okay?
Thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, is Sarah there?
Yeah, this is Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. What's this regarding?
Well, it's regarding a date that you went on just a little while ago.
Okay.
I know we started off so businesslike, didn't we?
I know. You might not even think of this as a date, but you recently hung out with somebody, and they've been trying to get a hold of you to get another date, but you're not calling them back. So they emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Oh, geez.
Weird, I know.
Good.
His name is Tim.
Seriously?
Yeah. He told us about how he met you at a play, and then you had dinner after.
So he contacted you to get a hold of me?
Yeah, he did. Apparently, he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not returning any of his phone calls or text messages.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into it, I guess.
It sounded almost like for a second you were excited that he contacted us.
I was more surprised, not excited.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Read
it.
that wrong then.
Yep.
Well, Tim told us about how you guys hung out. He said that it seemed like you had a great time, and he's confused.
Wow. I think he's an interesting person. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him.
Can I tell you what I think it is? And you let me know if I'm right or wrong.
Okay.
So he said that when he saw you at the play, you had an empty seat next to you. And he asked you like twice if you could sit in it. The first time you said you were waiting for somebody to show up. The next time you said, sure, they didn't show up. Were you waiting for a boyfriend or a husband or something like that?
No. I'm definitely single.
Okay.
I actually just got canceled on by a friend.
So, I mean, why would you say yes to him sitting there when he asked the second time and yes to dinner if you weren't interested in him?
I mean, I was interested in him, but I'd only known him for like 10 seconds. And, that kind of changed once I got to know him.
Really? I told him after we talked to him that he was charming and a good listener. Apparently, I also had a bad read on that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fine. And then at dinner, I just sort of got some red flags.
What sort of red flags? Can you tell us?
Basically, we were walking into the restaurant, and he steps on my heel. And he just says, oops. And that kind of caught me off guard.
So he stepped on your shoe and then said, oops.
Yeah, and normal people would apologize if you just stepped on someone, right?
Oh, yeah. He didn't say sorry about that?
No, he didn't say sorry. It was really strange. And then at dinner, later, he knocks over his glass, and it breaks. And when the waitress comes and picks it up, he just says, the glass fell.
Oh, so he
no
didn't,
apology.
He didn't take responsibility for the shoe or the glass.
Yeah, exactly. No apology. If that would have been me, I would have been so embarrassed. You've broken the restaurant's glass.
Yeah.
And he didn't apologize at all.
So was he kind of a jerk then, just pointing out, hey, glass on the ground, pick it up, please?
Honestly, it kind of read like that. And that is just not what I'm looking for. I'm just not into somebody who can't say that they're sorry. I'm looking for someone who's more polite and can admit when they've done something wrong, when they've stepped on someone maybe or broken someone else's property. I mean, it's the first date. And you think on the first date, that's when you want to be the most polite. And I think he just has some kind of problem where he can't say he's sorry.
Okay.
Really? I know
Sarah,
a lot of men
I want to
like
let
that.
you know that I don't have that problem. And I want to tell you that I'm sorry to break the news, but Tim is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Tim, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Tim, is that you?
It's me. Hey.
So awkward.
Is that the real reason why you didn't call me back? Because I didn't say sorry?
Yeah, that's the reason.
Wow.
I'm sorry. See, I can say it.
I don't know why you're saying it.
Why I just said I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's just an empty sorry.
What?
Wait, now you need sorries with depth?
No, it just seems like, for me, so we were walking in the restaurant. We were in the middle of a conversation, and I know what you're talking about. I stepped on your heel, and I sort of just went like, oops, it went back to the conversation.
Yeah.
It was like, it sort of looks like a toss-off that it happened. It didn't happen on purpose, and it was in the middle of a conversation, so it was just like, oh, oops, and we just continued. I didn't think it was that big of a red flag.
A normal person would say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I didn't step on you. I stepped on your shoe.
Tim, are you
Tim,
serious?
you're not. I would be apologizing if I were you right now.
Yeah, most people would.
Why? Why would I say sorry? I didn't do any of those things on purpose.
Okay,
Wait, so
sometimes when you don't do things on purpose, you can still say sorry. Like if you accidentally stepped on a shoe.
Yeah, but those are just empty sorries because I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
So if you were like driving your car and you accidentally hit a pedestrian, you wouldn't apologize for that either because that wasn't on purpose.
Oops.
Well, whose fault was it?
Seriously? Are you serious right now?
That's a good point.
No, I'm just saying.
Your foot stepped on my foot. How could that be my fault?
It's not your fault. It was an accident. It's no one's fault. It's an oops.
I have never really dissected the word sorry like we're doing right now.
No, it's just I grew up that if you're going to say sorry, it's meaningful and you should say sorry for something that you did and then you realize it was wrong, then you're like, oh, you say I'm sorry for that. But when it's like just an accident, like, if you bump into somebody, it's just like, oops. It's not mean, it's not negative, it's just like, oops, and then the light goes on.
Yeah, but everybody else grew up with common courtesy. So even if you aren't going to say sorry, you say, excuse me, or I didn't mean to do that.
I just don't agree with that. Like, if Sarah and I continued and we got into a relationship, and then later on something happens where I should say I'm sorry, and I say, hey, Sarah, I'm sorry, it would have such a huge meaning, and she would really know, like, wow, he's really sorry.
Hey, I cheated on you, but I'm really sorry. And I don't throw that word around willy-nilly.
No. Yeah, you shouldn't throw it. You're right. You shouldn't throw it around willy-nilly.
That is so not what I expected your response to be to all of this, Tim.
Well, I'm not really sorry about it. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Sarah.
Yeah. And you know what, guys, I'm not surprised. Okay, so are we done here?
No, not yet, Sarah. We're almost done. But I do have to ask you if you would like to go on a second date with Tim. We will pay for it.
You know what? Sorry, no.
It's so immature. It's so immature to say that with that tone. Like, now you're ruining sorry.
You've ruined the word.
Well, I find it immature that you can't use your manners that a 6-year-old can use. So maybe practice that.
A 6-year-old will say sorry for sneezing. They'll say sorry for anything. Look, I am an adult. I am a grown man. I only say sorry when it counts and when it's needed.
All right.
I like that.
Oh, man.
All right, well, sorry. Sorry. I can't even say sorry now without thinking about it.
You can't.
I won't say sorry because it's not my fault. Tim, you didn't get a second date.
Whatever.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Eliza, please?
This is she.
Hi, Eliza. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Do you have the wrong number?
I don't think so. Is your number 63855?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
Okay, then you're the Eliza that I want to talk to. How you doing today?
Okay, I'm fine, I guess.
Well, I'm calling you because a listener of ours recently sent us an email asking us to get a hold of you.
Okay, why?
Because you guys recently went out on a date and now you're not calling him back.
Okay.
His name is Jake. You met him at a wedding and then ended up having dinner at his house.
How do you guys know that? He sent you an email?
Yeah, he did. He told us a little bit about your date and also said that you're not calling him back. What did you think of Jake?
He seems nice enough.
Nice enough.
Yeah, from meeting him, he seems like a good guy.
Okay, so everything you're saying sounds like you don't think that about him anymore, though.
Well, I'm not calling him back, so.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah, very good point. Do you mind telling us why you don't want to see him again? He's curious.
Well, he kind of canceled our dinner date and invited me to go back to his place, which, I was a little skeptical about if he was just trying to get me, to go back to his place and have dinner there and whatever, but.
He told us about that, and I thought the same thing, because I even asked him when we talked to him, and I was like, that was a great excuse to get you back to his house, but he was 100% legit. He was working late.
Yeah, it sounds like a lie.
But did you enjoy dinner and everything with him when you went over to his house?
I did, and we had a good time at first, and then after a few drinks, we just kind of started talking, and he started just telling me stories about, like, all of his late nights with his buddies and how they get wasted every weekend and, like, all these crazy stories, and I don't know, I was just kind of a little taken back by that.
Okay, was it just too many drunk stories?
Well, yeah, and he started saying that his nickname was the Moose.
The Moose?
And,
Why is his nickname the Moose? Did he explain that? Or
well, he told me that his buddies call him that once they all start, and once especially he starts drinking.
What is
Why?
he do?
Did he
Yeah,
give you
what
an
is-
explanation?
He gave me a demonstration.
A demonstration?
I've got to hear
A
this.
demonstration of why they call him the Moose. Does it involve showing you a body part? Because that's where my mind instantly went.
No. No. He actually just grabbed the bottle of wine from the table and started chugging wine straight from the bottle.
Really? So was he just getting hammered on your date then?
I don't know exactly. He was drinking a lot.
Okay.
Did he
well, that's
want
what
you
the
to
Moose
like?
does.
Did he want you to like start chanting "moose, moose, moose" during it?
he did not ask me to do that, but I have a feeling that that's probably what usually happens.
Yeah, like if you would have started, he would have been like, yeah, this chick's down. She knows how moose parties.
Oh, my gosh.
What did you say when your date started chugging wine in front of you?
I mean, what do you say? I was just like, oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I guess, are you going to be super impressed by that? Like, my patent move is chugging a whole bottle of wine in front of a girl. Trust me, works every time.
I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
So, and then at one point, we were kind of watching TV, and he was still drinking, and he was like, well, you know, maybe if we keep drinking, the little moose can come out and play.
No, he did not.
He actually referred to it as the little moose.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hey, Eliza, when we talked to him, because we talked to everybody about their date, he left out the moose part. Have you been wanting to talk to the moose since?
You know, I think I'm okay.
Okay, well, unfortunately, Eliza, the moose is actually on the other line and just heard what you said. Moose, you there?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, no.
You left out a very important part of your story there, Jake.
No, we talked about all kinds of party stories. I didn't leave anything out.
Yeah, but you didn't tell us that you refer to yourself as Moose and then asked her to touch the little moose.
Well, to be fair, I don't remember that. So
that's a good sign.
There you go.
You don't remember that? Are you serious?
No, listen, I feel really bad. I felt like I already ruined the date because I had to move it to my place, and I wanted to impress you, so I wanted to sound adventurous. And I'm like, well, what adventurous stories have I done? And they all ended up involving me drinking.
Well, there's a difference between being adventurous and acting like a frat boy.
Beer bonging wine in front of your date.
I'm sorry. I'm a fun guy when I party, and I wanted you to experience the moose. Ride the antlers. That's what I do sometimes.
Jake, getting drunk on a first date and calling yourself the moose is just it's not cool. And I'm looking for somebody who's more mature than that.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? And I made a mistake, and I feel bad. Once again, I was nervous. I wasn't making the best decisions. I was nervous because I liked you.
And Eliza, you couldn't have hated it that much. I mean, you did make out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of regret that, but...
You regret that? You regret making out with me?
Uh-oh. The moose is loose, it sounds like. Jake is upset.
That's really insulting.
Well, Jake, from what you told us, you didn't really exactly sell yourself very well. Maybe... When did you guys make out? Did you guys make out before he started calling himself the moose or after, Eliza?
It was before.
It was before, okay. So she was down with making out with you until you started calling yourself the moose, and then she regrets it. I don't necessarily think it's that rude, Jake.
It's just, I can't believe she said that, though.
Jake, how about this? You got like 10, 15 seconds. Sell yourself to Eliza right now and make her think that you're not just a drunken D-bag.
Eliza, I apologize. I really do like you, and I was nervous. And I promise if I see you again that you'll really get to know the real me.
Eliza, would you like to go out on a second date with Jake? I will pay for it.
You know, the moose, I just don't think that's going to happen.
Oh,
but
come on.
I feel like hopefully you learned something, and maybe you won't do this to the next girl you try to have a first date with.
One more date with the moose, and he'll prove to you. Maybe the moose won't even be there. It'll just be Jake.
Nah, I think I'm good.
Really?
All right.
That's too
Well,
bad,
thank you for your
Eliza.
time, Eliza. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Jake, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
No second date for you.
I unfortunately understand.
Yeah, maybe if you would have been the moose the whole time, you would have been able to seal the deal. I think that's the problem. Jake is boring.
And you know what? This moose is going to find a female me.
We need more moose in our lives.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, is this Paige?
Yes. Who's this?
Hey, Paige, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Get out.
Hey, Paige.
I don't want to get out right now. I want to talk to you more.
I don't think she meant literally.
What are you doing?
Standing
That's a
in
good question.
front of a microphone talking to you on the phone right now? What are you doing?
I'm surprised that you guys are calling me. What's up?
Not much.
Paige, you sound so cool. I want to hang out with you already. You're just chill.
I am cool.
Yeah.
We'd have fun.
You sound cool, and the dude that went on a date with you and wants to call you for a second date thought you were cool too.
Oh, that's why you're calling me. Okay.
Do you know who would want to do a second date update with you?
Not really, no.
I think this one would be confusing because I wouldn't even consider your first hangout an actual date.
Okay.
His name is Ryan. You remember meeting a dude named Ryan at a party?
Oh,
He said that he met you at this party and he's been texting you to hang out, but you have not gotten back to him.
That's true.
Why is that true? Is there a particular reason that you don't like Ryan?
I don't like is a harsh way of saying it. I just didn't feel the need to talk to him again.
He has, I mean, we've kind of worked out a theory on why you're not calling him back.
Why do you think?
Because he led you to a room where there was a bunch of people doing stuff with each other.
Oh my God! he told you that?
Yeah. How many people was it in there? Just curious.
It was, more than a few.
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh my God!
So-
What did you think when you opened that door and saw that?
I was surprised.
Yeah, it's usually surprising when you open a door and something like that's going on. Pleasant surprise or a bad surprise? That's the question, I guess.
I was pleasant surprised.
Oh, what?
Huh?
You were into it?
Hold on.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of bold of him to do something like that. Kind of taking me to this room seemed like, oh my God, this guy is kind of on another level, kind of cool. I liked it, and so that was game.
What? You were down to hang out in that room.
Well, I was until first he kind of pulled me a little bit, and I kind of held, I stood kind of strong, trying to let him know it was cool. But then he kind of pulled me a little harder, and he shut the door, and I thought, what's that about?
Oh, my
Oh, so you were actually disappointed that you guys left the room.
Yeah, it was kind of exciting,
Whoa.
Okay, and why didn't you tell him that?
Well, I kind of wanted to see his reaction, too, but then he just seemed to turn into a big prude.
Turned into a big prude.
This is not the direction we thought this was going to go.
No, Ryan
No.
actually thought that maybe you thought he took you to that room on purpose and it turned you off. But apparently it did the opposite.
Why would it turn me off?
Well, because you gave him...
No.
I mean, it's a shock. It's a lot when you literally have only said hi to someone, basically. And then you gave him a handshake at the end.
Yeah, because after he shut the door and then we started having these long, drawn-out, boring conversations, I was like, he did it on accident, I guess, and he just seemed like he was going to be a bore.
Man, Ryan got totally mixed signals from you.
My mind is
I don't
blown.
think that it was... I think Ryan doesn't get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to get it, it sounds like. But, Paige, Ryan is on the phone and wants to talk to you right now, unless he got scared and left. Ryan, you there?
Paige, I had no idea that you were into that kind of thing. That was totally on accident that I took you into that room.
Did you hear what we just said?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Oh, my God. You guys are crazy.
So wait, Ryan, what are you feeling?
I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm so confused.
Like sad that you missed an opportunity? Intimidated?
I'm kind of confused, but I'm also turned on a little bit, and I'm also I don't quite understand. Okay, I assure you I'm not a prude, but I didn't want to
No, Ryan, you wanted to get out of that room pretty fast.
Yes, because I was worried about what you were going to think.
Well, you could have just asked me what I thought.
Well, you got so quiet and a little awkward afterwards, so I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how you felt.
I was quiet because I was hoping that you were going to invite me, but you never did.
Wow, Paige.
I love Paige.
Paige, I was hoping to, win you over kind of thing. But I didn't really exactly want to win you over with a bunch of other people in the same room. What I mean is I don't want a bunch of other people winning you over at the exact same time. I'm trying to win you over.
What is going on?
I don't know, but I think Ryan, are you looking for the same thing Paige is looking for at this point?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Really? You are?
I don't think you even know what Paige is looking for.
I don't either, but I want to go down that road.
Okay, you're ready to try it out. Well, in that case, Paige, would you like to go out on a second date with Ryan and maybe many others? I don't know, but we will pay for you two to go out at least.
It was spontaneous, right? That moment was so brand new and spontaneous, and he didn't seem down at the time. Ryan, you just didn't pick up the signals, and I just, I don't think it would be right to go on a second date and not feel like you can be spontaneous.
Are you serious?
we can't go back and relive that moment. So
Yes, we can. I'm all about living in the moment, Paige.
All right.
I know a bunch of parties where all of that's going on constantly.
Oh my gosh.
You do?
Yes, my friends are freakadelic. You know, they like to.
I don't know if I believe him.
yeah, but now I don't know. Now I'm going to go, and you're going to be expecting me to want to do something like that. And then what if I want to do something different?
Yes.
What are you going to do, Ryan?
Spontaneous.
She brings up a good point.
Paige, if you're asking me to watch, I can watch. I've done it before. I'm a pro.
I'm a pro. What do you think?
Paige, is any of this like attractive to you?
I just think, our time is over, Ryan, and, you missed it.
Oh,
That
my God.
boat has sailed.
Damn it!
All right, well, Ryan, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date. And Paige, I'm sorry that Ryan didn't seize the moment. And I'm sure you'll find other opportunities, though, if you just keep your eyes open.
There's no way that this could be my life.
You know what, Ryan? Why don't you text me when you're at one of those parties, and if I see you around, I see you around. How about that?
Done.
All right. Well,
Hello?
hey, can I speak to Chris, please?
Yeah, you got me.
What's up, Chris? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are you?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, hi.
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 We can go back and forth like this all day, man.
Established
Hi.
that already, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. Thought we'd give you a call.
Now I feel like we should go back to hi.
Is there a reason you're calling me?
Yeah, there is, actually. Do you want to hear what it is, or we could just continue to get to know each other?
Go ahead.
We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yeah.
Well, what did it say?
Well, her name is Rebecca, and she said that you guys went out on a date, and she really liked you, but now you're kind of blowing her off. So she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would she email you guys about this?
Because we're close personal friends of hers.
I mean, you're joking, right?
About us being close personal friends? Yeah, we don't know her that well. But she does listen to the show, and it's a segment that we do on our show all the time. It's called The Second Date or Ditch. It's where if you go out with somebody and then they end up blowing you off after your date, you email us to see if we can get them on the phone and figure out why. So she wants us to try to find out what went wrong.
Obviously nothing like this has happened to me before.
Like this right now, or the mac and cheese date that you guys went on?
I mean, you know about the mac and cheese date?
Yeah, we do.
We also know that you're allegedly sick right now.
Look, I don't really want to talk about this.
Can you just tell us anything? She's really curious. She liked you a lot. She told us how you guys went out, went to a couple places to try mac and cheese because you both are mac and cheese aficionados. And before the last place, you left with a stomachache. And now she says that you've been sick for like 8 days.
Yeah, well, it was a weird night, okay? I haven't felt great.
So wait, you're sticking with the sick thing right now? Because it sounds like you're totally fine.
Look, it was a weird night, okay? That's all I'm going to say. It was a weird night, and that's that.
What was so weird about it? Mac and cheese doesn't sound that strange to me.
Well, it was fun in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she told you we went to like a couple. We were like looking for the best mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Did it get weird when you had that mediocre mac and cheese at the second place and you just couldn't handle that anymore?
Well, I handled it fine. I can take a bad mac and cheese and make it work, okay? That's not going to ruin my night. But it seemed to really set her off a little bit.
What? What do you mean set her off?
I mean, the second restaurant, look, it wasn't great, macaroni and cheese, if I'm being honest. It wasn't great, but she, all of a sudden, got in a really, weird, dark mood.
Wow. What does that mean?
She got dark?
Yeah. I've never had mac and cheese send me to a deep, dark hole in my mind, but I'm really interested to find out how that happened for her.
Dark place?
Well, it's obviously mac and cheese has never put me in a dark place either, but she starts going off about her roommate, in a real, dark way.
Wait, roommate?
So she had bad food, and then she started confessing to you how much she doesn't like her roommate?
The moment she had the bad mac and cheese, it's she just starts joking about how she wants to kill her roommate.
Whoa! You were joking about the dark thing.
Dude.
What?
Look, I don't know if it was the mac and cheese specifically that set her off, but it was at that moment that she starts going off about her roommate.
What was she saying?
Look, I'm sure she was joking, but she said this thing about, like, how she watches, like, CSI and, like, thinks about how she could get away with it.
Oh, my God. What?
So she legitimately, not just like somebody who's like, I hate my roommate. I wish I could kill them sometimes. She was like, I hate my roommate. I've planned out how I could kill them sometime.
Even if it was a joke, it was a level of commitment that terrified me.
And did she go into detail, her murder plot, or was that kind of vague the whole time?
CSI was enough detail for me.
Okay, I would like to interject. I have something to say.
Chris, that's Rebecca. She has been listening on the other line and apparently wants to interject, and I'm not going to stand in her way.
Me neither. Go for it.
You psychos put her on the phone?
Oh my God.
Yes, she's been here the whole time.
Chris, you do not need to be scared of me. There is nothing to be scared of. Hello, Chris?
He's scared.
What you said was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay, Chris, let me be real right now. I do not like my roommate. She's messy and crazy. And yeah, I've thought about how I would kill her, but I would never do that. I'm just a really passionate, funny person, okay? No, stop. I'm being serious.
Nobody goes into details on how they would kill their roommate.
Detail. Just like, okay, a lot of people watch CSI and shows like that. So, like, I am not alone in this. I'm just, like, sometimes I'll be watching the show and, like, she'll do something annoying again, and I'll just go in my mind and, like, think about what I would do, and how I would do it, and it makes me feel better, and I would never actually do it. Come on. I love mac and cheese. I'm not a serial killer.
That does not mean anything. I mean, I think everybody here, including Chris, has had a lot of bad roommates, and nobody has ever fantasized about chopping them into little pieces.
I'm terrified right now, if anybody wants to know.
Yeah, thank you for piping up, Chris. I was actually wondering about that. Okay, so Rebecca, you don't really want to kill your roommate.
No, of course not.
What do you? But you can understand, like, if you were on a date with a guy and he was talking about how he was going to off his buddy, that would be kind of a red flag.
If he was talking about murdering, like, his friend in, like, a funny way, I would laugh.
In a funny way.
Are you guys listening to this? She's still talking about it. I just wanted the date to be about mac and cheese, not murder.
Oh my God, you just don't get it. I was just joking, like blowing off steam, like being a fun human being. What's wrong with you?
People don't blow off steam by fantasizing about murder.
I'm sure other people do.
Yeah, and they're in jail.
And you're the weird one.
Hey. How about this, Chris? Would you like to go out on a second date with Rebecca? We will pay for it.
You could not pay me enough.
I mean, if you think of it this way, there's no way she has any outstanding warrants or anything. She wouldn't do a radio thing if that was the case.
I don't want to know anything about her background. I'm terrified I'm going to be tied to a future crime she commits.
You actually, honestly, 100% believe that I am capable of murdering someone? Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, just be normal. You're so cute.
Just be normal. Just be normal. You're so cute.
Oh my God, that is a plea that so many women have said before.
Chris, will you be normal? You're so cute. Will you go out with her again one more time?
I'm normal, and she's not, and we're not going out again.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us about your date. I think you're safe now.
Oh, he is not safe. I'm going to keep messaging you because you're cute, and if you think I'm crazy, I'll be crazy.
Oh,
whoa. You haven't seen anything yet. That was just joking.
Rebecca, he doesn't want to go out with you, though. Just, like, cut your losses. You can find somebody else who's cute and normal on your level.
And like mac and cheese, I doubt it. Chris, we're going out next Friday to the third restaurant, okay?
Oh!
Are you guys hearing this?
Yeah, I am, and it sounds like you have a date. I'm sorry.
I think you should show up.
We'll still pay for it.
We're going to pay for it.
You go there on Friday, okay? And if I don't show up in like an hour, just keep waiting because I'll be there.
Show up eventually.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chrissy, please?
This is she?
Hey, what's up, Chrissy? How are you? I'm calling from a radio show. The reason that I'm calling you is because we got an email about you.
About me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do a segment on our show, and it's called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you don't call them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and try to figure out what happened. And we got an email about you from a dude named Ryan.
Okay.
You remember
Remember
Ryan?
who Ryan is?
I do remember Ryan.
He's the guy with the sign in the window.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Yes.
Well, he emailed us because he said he really enjoyed going out with you, but now you're not answering any of his text messages or anything like that. So he's wondering if he did something wrong.
Well,
I guess if I'm being honest, it feels like Ryan hasn't dated a lot. So it was just a little awkward.
Oh.
Okay, so he doesn't know how to date. Anything specific?
Well, I will say this. Ryan, he's a very nice guy. We had a good first half of the date. It was totally fine, just kind of getting to know you. And then I went a little overboard. It was a little too much too soon. So I didn't feel comfortable answering his text and continuing that.
Too much too soon. He said he didn't even kiss you.
No, not like that. We were talking about music, and we had a lot of music similarities that we enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this band I hadn't heard of, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, they're coming into town. I should get us tickets."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, the tickets are like 7 months in advance." So that was a little like, oh, ha, ha. Like I thought he was being funny, and he was very like, I can hop on my phone and get the tickets right now.
Oh, a little too eager.
So, yeah, a little too eager. I mean, we were just getting to know each other.
Chrissy, is that really a bad thing? I mean, yeah, sure, it may not work out, and 7 months from now he may have to take a friend instead of you, but like, isn't it nice to have someone finally just say, yeah, let's keep doing this?
I am in agreement with you. I do think that it's nice, but it wasn't like that one incident. Like it just kept coming on like really strong. And
Do you have any other examples of things that he did?
He told me that I reminded him a lot like his mom. We had similar personalities.
Don't ever do that.
No, but that could be good.
No.
Yeah, he wanted me to go back home with him on this trip to like see his mom and hang out with his mom and see how we get along together.
Okay.
And I was kind of playing it off as jokes, but they kept coming where it was like, yeah, I think you get along with my family really well, and these are these things that we do back home, and you could join in. And I mean, it was like
that's a lot.
Planning family events, and it was like 45 minutes into our date.
All right. Wow. So,
and can we just establish, too, that I don't think that there's a woman on the planet that wants to be like your mom.
Right.
Like, it just, ever.
I mean, I'm sure that he meant it in a sweet way, but it just came across a little Norman Batesy-ish.
Right. I mean, he's already planning a date 7 months from now, and then he also wants you to go meet his family and go to their all events and everything else, and it's only your first
Well, that's
date.
not the worst of it.
What?
As we were leaving, he stops us at the host stand, and he asks the host if he can put in a reservation at that same table at the same time a year from now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
For the anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, no.
That's awkward.
Super awkward.
I'd be ready to run.
I mean, luckily that was the end of the date, so I tried as hard as I could to just play it off of like, haha, this is funny, because like he's a very nice guy. He did make me laugh, but the second part of the date, it was just very clingy.
Oh, no.
Well,
like he was sending me a bunch of text messages afterwards. He called me, like I was like, just back off, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, he sounds like one of those people that just becomes the relationship too, instead of being
Correct.
two people in a relationship. You're one person.
Right. It just kind of weirded me out. It was too much too soon. And like you said, if it were done right in the right time, in the right fashion, I would be all over it. But,
Right.
45 minutes an hour to knowing somebody.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I'm
That's
with
a
you.
lot. You know what else is moving a little too fast, maybe?
What?
Letting you know that he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to
Oh my gosh.
you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. Unless he hung up. Ryan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Christy.
Hi, Ryan. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry that you had to hear that. I really do think that you are a nice guy.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like sorry if I came on too strong or if like that was too fast. It was like definitely not my intention. But I was just like felt like we really hit it off in the moment, and like when you see something great in front of you, you just like really want to take advantage, and like I just wanted to have a great time.
And I get that, and I respect that. It just was a little much of having that great time go for like the next 50 years together.
Yeah.
Well, right.
To be planning your year anniversary at the same
Yeah.
restaurant. I mean, I'm assuming that's what you were doing, Ryan.
That was like kind of a joke, but I mean like
Kind of.
I mean, I think it was just because that was like the nail on the coffin, I guess you could say, because Ryan, again, we did have a great time. You are fun, funny guy, and we do have a lot of things in common, but it was like one thing after another.
Ryan's like, speaking of coffins, I already picked out our graves next to each other.
But Ryan, I mean, do you always move this fast? Like, you're at lightning speed, dude.
to be honest, I was going to buy tickets to that concert anyway. Like, I didn't necessarily have to go with you.
Hey, Ryan, it's okay to just admit that you were really into her, because now it sounds like you're just playing everything off like, it was more of a joke, the reservations. I was going to go to that concert anyway. I mean, I figured I got an extra seat on the plane to see my mom, so I was like, why not?
No, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I really was into you. I really did like you. I just, like, I've got a great relationship with my mom. I mean, doesn't Freud say that, like, every guy is looking for a woman like his mom? Like, I thought it was a compliment.
Oedipus complex.
Maybe that's true, but that's definitely not what most women want to hear on a first date, especially, wearing the dress that I was wearing. I didn't want to be compared to your mom.
Yeah.
But, like, look, you really did look like a younger version of my mom. I just, like, I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, stop talking about that, Ryan. Yeah.
I mean, Ryan, you've got to see, like, if you're already planning your first anniversary within the first hour of hanging out with somebody, by the third date, you guys are naming your children. Like, you've got to slow it down. Can you do that?
I didn't think it was really that serious. I mean, we can, like, cancel that reservation and, like, do something else for our anniversary if you want.
Okay, yeah, stop talking about the anniversary. Chrissy, would you like to go on a second date with Ryan? We'll pay for it, and then you can meet up with him and see if we can slow things down a bit.
Yeah. Chrissy, like, before you answer, like, again, I'm really sorry. Like, if you give me a second chance, we'll go out. I'll play it much cooler, and I really think that we could have a good time if you're willing to give me a do-over.
Pretty good pitch, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I will say this, Ryan, that I think you're very handsome, you're very sweet. We did have a good first part of the date.
See?
If you can keep things in the now, or like maybe in a week from now, I would enjoy going on a second date with you.
Okay. Ryan, can you do that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Sure.
You don't sound very sure, but congratulations. Ryan, you actually got a second date. We haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And make sure to invite us to the wedding, okay?
Oh, gosh, no.
Stop, don't ruin this for me.
So, yeah, wait on that engagement ring that you already bought. Wait to give it to her, okay?
All right, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Lisa, please?
This is she.
Lisa, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
You ever heard of the show before?
I think I've heard it a few times.
Sweet. Okay. Have you ever heard a second date before?
No.
Well, I'll describe what that is, and that's the reason I'm calling you today. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not talking to them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why. Any of this making sense yet?
Good for those people, I guess. I don't...
Okay. What if I told you are one of those people?
No, I didn't email you.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. But somebody did email us about you.
Wait, what? About me?
Yeah. We got an email from a dude named Ryan.
Oh, boy. Yeah?
You
remember? You remember you went out with Ryan?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm assuming it probably wasn't the best date you've ever been on.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it sounds like it. We talked to Ryan because he emailed us. He said that you're not returning any of his phone calls. I mean, he kind of knows that it was an awkward date. He told us about how you did the couples massage thing, you couldn't really talk, and then you went to the movie theater, couldn't really talk, and he thought the whole thing was awkward, and he wants a shot at a do-over. That's why we're calling.
Okay. I mean, it was so awkward.
Well, I mean, what did you expect, though, Lisa? I will say, when he said that he even suggested a couples massage for a first date, I mean, with a person he met on a dating app, I can't believe that you agreed to it, to be honest.
We were all kind of thrown off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of just assumed it was a very sweet gesture. We had obviously been talking, and it was a really stressful week.
It is a sweet gesture. I mean, you still think that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It means he was listening to me, and he understood where I was emotionally, I guess.
Right.
But I don't know. It just still, it was odd, but I didn't want to just like put the kibosh on it. So I was like, well, if we do that, then it's going to be weird. But then, then we'll go out to dinner or something and then be able to actually get to know one another.
Okay. And that obviously didn't happen. He told us that you guys went to the movies and you couldn't talk there either. And then that was the end of the date. Was it worse than what he describes, though? Because what he describes is just awkward.
It was. We had to like rush to the movie. We were late after the massage. So then there was really not even talking in between the two things.
So it just sounds like really bad planning.
Yeah, I mean, bad planning, but I also just had this feeling like he didn't even want me to talk the entire time.
Like, you think he planned it all on purpose so you wouldn't talk?
I don't know, because, like, I was just trying to find ways to connect, right? And so at one point, there was, like, this cool special effects thing, so I leaned over just to be like, oh, my gosh, how cool is that? Like, very quickly.
Yeah.
And he shushed me.
So you didn't talk beforehand, and then you're at the movie and he actually shushed you.
He shushed me. And then I was going to say, like, I'm sorry, because I did feel like an idiot, because it's like, okay, well, we're in a movie. I shouldn't say anything. So then I go to say sorry.
I just wanted to talk, and he shushed me again. I couldn't even apologize.
But maybe it's just a natural reaction. Like if you're sitting in a movie theater and someone's talking. Because he did say that he was trying to talk to you during the massage, that he was like mouthing words to you and even attempted to write a note.
But that's weird. Like, I'm not going to pass notes back and forth as I'm getting my naked body rubbed down by another stranger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strangers there.
And it wasn't like he shushed me once. He shushed me twice. That's a rude thing to do.
Yeah. And it's
It is a
weird
little
because
rude.
he said he was disappointed that he didn't get to talk to you very much. He didn't mention that he shushed you.
Yeah, it was all very confusing, honestly.
Was it like an amazing movie that he was super into?
He must have been, but I wasn't talking through the whole movie. I was just trying to make one little...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Just, habit, I guess.
man.
At least I can understand why you're not calling him back then. But he is on the other line and actually wants to talk to you.
He really does.
What?
Yep. Ryan's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Ryan?
I'm here. Look, the whole sure thing kind of was on you. I mean, you did try to talk to me during the most exciting part of the whole movie. I mean, before or after, that's cool. We can say something here or there, but during the climax of the movie, come on.
It was almost 3 hours where we hadn't spoken.
Ryan, that's what you're coming with? Is it's on you?
Yeah, it should be I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, hey, hearing her now, saying she was into the movie, she was going to comment on the movie. I thought she was, trying to bring up something right at that point. I'm like, I get into movies. I'm sorry.
We had been in silence for hours. I was just trying to establish, a little connection, just a little bit.
I get it now, and I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but, other than that, did you like me? Did you have fun?
I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to this. How would I know if I liked you?
Other than the fact that you told her to shut up.
Just the vibes that were coming off of me, that you were giving me, the chemistry that we had, the way that you were looking at me and the way I was looking back at you. I know you had to feel some of what I was feeling.
I feel like, I guess I'm confused because we barely looked at each other either, because my face was down for the massage in a hole, and then we're at a movie looking at a screen.
Well, I mean, when I was mouthing the words, you were looking back at me when I was trying to mouth the words.
Yeah, no, you're right. When you were mouthing words to me, I was very excited and turned on by that, trying to figure out what you were trying to mouth.
Perfect.
No, I think she's joking, Ryan. I don't think she's serious about that.
I mean, Ryan, at first you sounded like a sweet dude, and now you sound like a guy who just doesn't get it and maybe didn't want her to talk.
I don't know, a little pushy.
No, look, that's not it. I totally wanted her to talk. We were just in a bad situation. Let's talk, right now. Let's have a date right now. I know we're not seeing each other in person, but, let's use this time.
What?
And, let's date.
I don't think we have time for you to go on a date right now.
Oh, I'd like to hear
Ryan.
it.
On the air.
So come on, let's give it a chance. Why not? Let's pretend we're at a nice restaurant. There's candles, the lighting's dim. We've already ordered a really nice appetizer. And it's on its way.
This is not how this...
No, I mean, where did you grow up? What do you like to do for fun?
You're actually trying this, huh?
Where do you grow up and what do you like to do for fun?
It's kind of cute how he's trying.
So, Lisa?
We're on a radio show. I don't know. This is so weird.
I think you need to be more open-minded, Lisa, and answer the question.
Yeah, Lisa,
open-minded.
What kind of TV shows do you like?
I can't. I'm not going to do this right now.
Oh, man.
Just go out on another date with me. Come on.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Lisa, would you like to go on a second date with Ryan? We'll pay for it, and then you can have this awkward conversation in real life.
That was the most awkward date I've ever been on. I don't even know if we can call it a date. And
Which one, the date you actually went out on or the one we just heard?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's fine. You can classify that as a date. So we've now been on 2 bad dates, so I'm going to have to say no.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh, come on. I admit, the planning was bad. The next time, I promise, no couples massages, no movies where you can't talk. We'll go to a actual nice dinner instead of trying to imagine one over the phone.
And you're not going to take me to the library, are you?
Yeah, that'd be amazing, actually.
Ryan sounds adorable, and you did say in the very beginning you thought he was thoughtful and listened to you when he even booked that massage to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. If this is going to happen, what you have to do...
Did you just shush her?
I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Hey, this guy.
Oh, maybe too soon?
I like it.
Yeah, you're going to have to work on your comedy there a little bit, too.
So what do you think, Lisa? Will you go out with him one more time?
Well, it seems like this isn't going to end until I say yes, so I guess I'm saying yes.
Yay!
God, look what we accomplished when we
Sweet.
actually tried.
Congratulations, Ryan. You got a date, not because she wants to. She just wants to get off the phone. So congratulations.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Kathy, please?
This is she.
Hey, what's up, Kathy? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show? What?
Yeah, like the kind that you hear when you're listening to the radio, and then there are people doing a show on there.
Good description.
We do one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm calling you today because we actually got an email from one of our listeners about you.
Okay.
I know this is weird, but we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Your situation is a little different, though, because the guy that wanted us to call you actually kind of blew you off, but he's regretting it now. His name is Jason.
Jason, like a few months ago, Jason?
Yep, I think we're talking about the same Jason.
Yeah.
He's calling to get in touch with me now?
Yeah, he emailed us and said that he really enjoyed your date, and he doesn't really know why he took so long to get back to you, but he tried to text you the other day, and now you haven't texted him back, so he thought he'd enlist our help to see if we could get you on the phone and find out if you would like to see Jason again or if you enjoyed your time with him.
Huh, that's actually pretty funny. That was actually a pretty big night for me, weirdly enough.
The date you had with Jason was a big night?
Yeah, kind of. It's just weird that he's asking now. I mean, like, why wait like 2 months? That's okay.
That's what we said.
What was so big about that night for you?
Well, honestly, that night I kind of came to the conclusion that I was more interested in women than men.
Whoa, what?
Oh. Like you came out of the closet that night?
Well, I mean, that came like a week or so later, but like that night I realized, what it was that I actually wanted.
Whoa.
Good for you.
Wow.
Way to find
And
your truth.
How did that hit you all of a sudden while you're out with Jason?
I just kind of felt like the whole time on our date, I was just kind of bored. Like, I felt like I was really grasping at things to talk about, and they just, nothing was really landing. And over the course of the evening, I just kind of felt like I was more interested in, like, looking at our waitress than I was at Jason.
Was this something you were thinking about, like, prior, or it was literally everything happened that night?
I think I had a little bit of confusion, but I just have been dating men my whole life, and I just, I felt like this was what I was supposed to be doing, and then it was just that night I was just like, what am I doing? Clearly, I'm continuing to date guys that I'm not interested in. Why am I not interested in them? Maybe because I'm not interested in men in general.
Wow.
Good on you, Kathy. So, but I'm confused, though, because he said that you texted him the next morning, like, praising your night with him.
Well, I honestly just wanted to thank him. Like, I really woke up that next morning just feeling like a whole new person. And I wanted to thank him because I feel like that was the turning point for my life. Like, I feel like I know who I am now.
That's amazing.
He read your text completely wrong. He thought you were texting him saying how much fun you had on the date, not that your date was so boring it made you switch teams.
Oh, my God. He thought that I meant, like, that I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant, like, thank you for helping me figure out my life.
Right. Thank you for helping reveal my truth. Nice.
Yeah.
For all the laughs.
I'm sure he'd be shocked to know that that's what that text meant. And you might be shocked to know that he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, no.
Jason?
Yeah, shocked is a
Oh.
statement, man.
Jason, I'm sorry.
I can't believe this. You're telling me that I, like, because you went on a date with me, you realized that,
I mean, it's not there's anything wrong with you.
Well, there is. There's a big thing wrong. Well, there's a thing wrong with Jason.
You've been with guys before, though. I don't understand why it was your night with me that changed everything. What was I doing so wrong?
No, you didn't do anything wrong. I think it was just a culmination of a lot of dating of men and realizing that I wasn't enjoying myself. And I guess you were just the last date that I didn't enjoy, that I kind of went, well, maybe it's because I'm not interested in men.
Yeah, but then why would you text me the next morning? Like, that is only something that you would do if you were interested in me.
if I recall, I texted you that, just thanking you for a great night. I didn't ask to see you again. I mean, you didn't text me back, so I figured, oh, great, we're on the same page.
Yeah. That was still kind of a lie then, right? You didn't have a great night with me.
What? Jason, are you actually butthurt about this?
Yeah, of course I am. Like, I was not the reason that it was a boring date. I don't buy that as the reason she texted me that in the morning. I think she's, I think you're trying to get back at me, if I'm honest. Like,
What?
You think,
really?
Jason, are you accusing Kathy of lying?
I mean, I don't believe that was the night she decided that she was, playing for the other team. I don't believe it.
So, Jason, you're saying that you are just God's gift to women, and there's absolutely no way that I could not be interested in you.
No,
Is
Kathy,
that
that's not,
what I'm
that's not what I'm
hearing?
saying. I think that maybe you're upset that I didn't text you back, and so now you're trying to embarrass me on the radio, and that's pathetic.
What? How are you turning her moment of truth into something that's about you, dude?
I just think it's a pretty good story. You know what I mean? Like, she was on her phone the whole night, and you're telling me that was the turning point of her life? No way.
Texting my best friend because we had been having this conversation about, am I interested in women? I don't know. I don't know how I feel. And I had, just such an epiphany on our date that, I texted her. And I didn't really feel it was appropriate to share with you, obviously.
I think it would have been amazing if you shared it with him. Like, hey, by the way, half an hour into this date with you, I just figured out that I am a lesbian. All right, let's finish up. You want dessert?
Dessert?
I mean, maybe he could have been my wingman for the waitress. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. See?
All
Jason,
right, well-
I mean, you guys could still be friends. You did help her in a big moment of her life. It was very pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can introduce you to some of my friends. Like, I'm open to that.
Well, Kathy, what would you say to going out on another date with Jason? We will pay for it. Would you go on a second date with Jason?
I would say if he wants a wingman to help him find women, and you guys want to pay for that, I would love to help him in that situation.
So, Kathy, is that a no, or will you go out with Jason and help him find chicks?
I mean, I do have some friends that I could probably set him up with.
Hey.
You're saying you might have some straight friends who would be interested in me?
Until they actually go out on a date, Jason.
For now.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'll just take any date with anyone who wants to go out with me.
Oh, my gosh, Jason.
Well, congratulations, Jason.
Really? Is that what it deserves? So
You
congratulations.
might have got a second date.
I hope I don't bring anyone else to any big realization on my next date.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Stephanie, please?
This is Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, Stephanie.
What's up? How are you?
What is Brooke and Jubal?
It's a radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm calling you today because we have a listener who sent us an email asking if we could get you on the phone.
What?
Yep. His name is Joseph. And Joseph.
No.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
His name's Joseph, and you guys went on a date a little while ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So Joseph emailed us because he says that it's obvious after your date that you don't want to see him again.
Yeah. It's all true.
Oh, my God. Did you like Joseph?
I mean, made me feel really pretty. Went to a little farmer's market, which was cute. But then, pretty much out of nowhere, he was like, I love you.
Yeah, he told us that. That sounds like it was a super awkward moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the rest of the date was really tense, awkward.
Was it because you love him too?
No. Oh, my God, no.
He said he meant it like, I mean, you've been in that moment where you're like laughing. You're like, oh, my God, I love you. Like, you're so funny. Yeah. Like, that's how he meant it.
Like, I love you, man.
At the time, I didn't really. He was so upset. Like, he honestly started like muttering to himself. And it was so sad. I don't know.
Wait, like after he said "I love you," he started talking to himself.
He was just like, "Come on, Joseph." I don't know. It was fine. But then the next day, he texted me and he said that the date was really nice, which was great. And then, he told me that he brought up that he was between jobs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said he told you that actually while you guys were out.
Yeah, and I didn't really mind because I know this stuff happens, but he told me that things got really tough. And then he texted me asking if he could move in.
What?
Move in?
You want-
Whoa, wait a minute.
So he told us that he said, I love you on accident, but he asked you to move in on, and he was serious about that?
100%. I think he thought we had some sort of special connection.
Oh my gosh.
I think he was like tired of couch surfing, and this was it.
He did not tell us any of this.
Yeah.
Great. But you can understand why I wouldn't want to go out with him, right?
Did you even respond to him after he asked to move in?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't either. That's crazy.
Here we are.
So, yeah, I was guessing you said no since we're calling you for a second date update.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a bad person. I just don't need like another roommate.
No.
Oh my God. And I
understandable.
don't even believe him when he said that he was joking when I said I love you. Now I think that he was like really serious.
I don't know. He like loved my hair, and it was just a little creepy. Now that I think about it, it was just like so into me.
Did he give you a reason why he wanted to move in?
Well, yeah, he was telling me about how he's like in between jobs and he's having a really hard time finding another one. But it's like if he's already been unemployed for so many months, like how long will he need to live with me?
Well, we can find it out right now because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you, maybe about moving in again. I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to say anything different.
Okay. But he is here. I think he's still listening. Joseph, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Joseph!
You didn't tell us that you asked her to move in.
Yeah, like that's
No,
it.
I did not.
Why would
I
you
did
do
not.
that?
I texted her like, "How's she doing?" And she was like, "Oh, fine. How are you?" And I said, "Oh, looking. Kind of need a place to stay for a few days."
So you asked her
Which doesn't
to.
mean I'm moving in, and she wasn't the only person who got that text.
What?
I mean, you asked me to move in. It kind of sounds like you want to move in with me.
I mean, I guess I see how you could jump to that conclusion, but maybe you should have sought clarification before you did.
Dude, our date even wasn't that good. I don't know. It's like you could have, don't ask a girl to move in after one date.
Stop saying I asked to move in. I didn't.
Wait, and
You
then
sound
you just
upset, Joseph.
Yeah, and you just blamed her. Like, well, you should have asked for clarification. I think you're the one in the wrong here, Joseph.
Whatever. Look, the point is I didn't want to move in with her, and I found a place to stay with somebody else that I used to date, and I slept on the couch, and we didn't have sex. And
Why are you
Thanks for
throwing
explaining
that
all
out
that.
there? No need like, I mean, you guys went on one bad date.
Yeah, why are you talking about other girlfriends right now?
I mean, I just don't understand why you're making such a big deal about just putting feelers out to see if maybe I could crash there for a few days.
Maybe because you'd gone on one date with her and it didn't even go that well. I don't know.
What do you mean it didn't go well? It went great. She said she had a good time. I had a really good time. Everybody had a good time. So I don't understand.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you be living together?
Yeah, Joseph, you already told me that you loved me, and then the next day you asked to move in. It's just too weird for me. I'm sorry.
But it's just 2 times when I meant one thing and you took it as meaning something else.
What did you mean if you didn't mean I love you?
I meant like, oh, I love you. Like, I love the way you just told that joke that was funny and matched my sense of humor.
And then you were quiet for like half an hour after that.
I got nervous. I knew I had said
So
something
weird.
wrong. I knew that I had confused, and then I was okay. I don't know.
Wait, Joseph, are you even going out with people to like date them, or are you just looking for random places to stay?
This was not that. I didn't date her just because I wanted someplace to stay. And yes, like I've been in this situation before, so I have places that I can stay. Like it's not a big deal. I'm just waiting for the right job so that it has the flexibility so I can do the music and whatever.
So you can do your music.
I don't know. Just the more I think about it, like you put so much effort into that date, and then you said I love you, and then you asked me to move in. It just doesn't seem like you care about me so much as you care about my couch and having a free place to crash.
All right. So I understand how you could, from all that, make that conclusion. And I just think that if you still want to consider that we could go out again, and it might not be a bad thing for you if I stayed with you. I cook, I clean, I'm a good person to have around, and I'm not dead weight.
Wait, you just told me you're staying with an ex-girlfriend. Are you seriously asking me to move in again?
First, she's not my ex-girlfriend. We just dated once, and then that's it.
Oh my God, you called her your girlfriend. I don't.
And I'm not asking to move in with you. I'm saying that it might be beneficial to you if I did for a little while.
Beneficial to you, Stephanie.
Oh my God.
What do you think, Stephanie?
Insane.
Would you like to go on a second date with Joseph? We will pay for it. New roommate. He does the dishes. Do you do laundry, Joseph?
Yeah, and I know how to separate everything.
I will say a good
Wow.
roommate is hard to come by, one that pulls their own weight.
What do you think, Stephanie? Will you go on a second date with Joseph? We'll pay for it.
No, I've got roommates. No, thank you.
Yeah, that is not shocking.
Don't go anymore, huh?
Oh.
Do your roommates want to go on a date?
I hope you're joking right now.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't feel so.
Forget about it. It wasn't going to work anyway.
Yeah.
It's all right.
The spark wasn't there.
You got a couch to sleep on anyway. I'm sorry, Joseph. No second date for you.
Man.
No place to crash.
That's okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure the person.
God loves me and God loves you too.
The person
Thanks.
listening that's the most sad to this is the person he's living with currently. She thought he was finally going to leave.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Monica?
this is Monica. Who's this?
Hey, Monica. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, who are you?
He gets asked that.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people ask that question.
Wait, is there somebody else there?
Yeah, there's two other people here, as a matter of fact. There's three of us on the phone right now.
What is going on?
Well, it's a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay,
And we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update.
all right.
And what that is it's where if you go out with someone on a date and then end up not talking to them after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out why.
Okay.
Okay? So
Weird, right? It's a little weird.
yeah, it's a little strange.
A little weird, but all right. And what does this have to do with me?
This has to do with you because you hung out with a dude named Brad the other day.
Oh, this is about him?
Ooh. You say him with such disdain.
Yeah, I'm not very happy with him.
Okay. Can you tell us why?
Because he's a son of a that's why.
Whoa. Okay, we went to 0 to 60 real
Yeah.
quick there.
And I don't know his mother, so let's please keep her out of this.
Good point, Jubal.
I'm just talking about the way he acted around me.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. When we talked to him, he only had nice things to say about you.
Really? Because he kind of stood me up.
Stood you up?
Yeah.
How did he stand you up? You locked him out.
He said, what? What? No.
I'm just a messenger.
We had what I thought was this really nice night together. And then he goes out for breakfast. And I'm putting breakfast in air quotes. You can't see me.
Okay.
Because he never came back.
What do you mean? He said that you locked him out of the house, and that's he couldn't get back.
Well, he's freaking lying to you because he never came back.
What?
He's like, oh, I'll get you orange juice. Oh, I'll get you your special cheese sandwich that you like. And, he's gone. And I was waiting there for, hours, and he never showed up.
What? Monica, I was at your door the entire time.
Who is...
Monica, that's Brad. He's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Wait, he's been listening to me?
Yeah, I have. I've heard everything you said, and I was standing at your door the entire time. Why would I just leave like that?
Why would you lie like that?
I didn't lie like that. I went to this place that you told me to go to. I got us both breakfast, exactly what you wanted. I came back, and it was locked. You locked me out.
Why would I lock you out? I was hungry.
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, my God.
So wait, who's lying here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Either someone got locked out or you didn't show back up, Brad.
He's the one that's lying.
No, she's lying right now.
Okay, wait,
This
no.
is so confusing.
I cannot believe this.
So wait, Monica, if he's the one that's lying... Wait, now I'm confusing
See,
myself.
yeah, everybody's
Okay,
confused.
wait, hold on. Well, my question is, why didn't you answer any of his phone calls if you actually wanted to see him again?
He didn't text me until a day later. What, you don't come back? You just ditch somebody, and then a day later you're like, hey, Monica. No.
That was a little awkward. You locked me out. I didn't think you wanted to talk to me. I was really trying to save whatever little bit of hope I had left.
This makes no sense. Why?
You're telling me.
I would think one of you is lying, but you're both so passionate.
Adamant.
One of you is a really good liar. That's all I have to say.
I mean, I'm not lying.
I'm not lying. I know for sure that I stood outside your door. And
Where were you?
Exactly the same door that I left from.
What number did you go to?
I went to your number.
1.
Yeah, I wrote it down in my phone. It's right here. I'm going to pull it up. Hold on.
Brad? Hey, Brad. Hello? Did you go away? Are you there?
Left again.
Yeah, I guess I wrote down. What did you say the number was?
Uh-oh.
1.
Yeah, I wrote down the wrong number.
Oh, Brad.
That's the most epic
Oh,
fail.
man. Got to the bottom of it.
So wait, so Brad, you were at somebody else's door emphatically ringing it in the morning?
Yeah, with breakfast. Yep.
Yeah, man, that would have been the best morning for them if they would have just answered the door.
How embarrassing.
Oh, and how sad for you, Monica. This whole time you thought that he was just standing you up.
Oh, my God.
No wonder the door was locked.
I am so sorry, Monica.
Dude, what if the door hadn't been locked and he just walked into somebody else's apartment?
I feel like such an idiot. I can't believe that I got all worked up and it was my fault. Now we're on the radio. This is crazy.
I honestly thought you ditched me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I never would have done that, and I can totally see where you're coming from. You must have been so hungry.
Well, Monica, if you're still hungry, would you like to go on a second date with Brad? We will pay for it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh my God, this is the cutest.
I'm glad it was that simple.
This is such a huge relief. Thank you. I'm sorry. I won't let you down the second time. I'll make sure that I notate everything correctly. I'm so sorry, and thank you for the opportunity. I really am thankful.
Well, it's okay. I'll just check your phone next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Wherever the place is, Monica's just going to get the address and drive you there, okay?
Yeah, good idea.
Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to help me out. Monica, I'm really looking forward to this.
Baby's looking forward to this, too.
Oh, boy.
Cute.
Oh, creepy.
Baby's going to be in a wad of trouble next time.
Oh, I can't hear any more of this. I think it's illegal to hear any more of this.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hello.
Hi, is this Molly?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Molly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wait, I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like a show that's on the radio that people can listen to or they can not listen to.
No,
depending.
okay. Why are you calling me? Did I win something or what's going on?
No, I'm calling you because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out with somebody on a date and then end up not calling them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and see if we can figure it out. So you went out with a dude named Matt the other day.
Oh, yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. And Matt listens to our show, and he told us about your date, but he thinks that you're blowing him off now.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
He actually wasn't too surprised that you were blowing him off. He felt like he really blew it on your guys' date.
Well, yeah, he kind of did.
Okay.
He really did, actually.
What did he do?
I mean, it was just weird and awkward from the get-go. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. You know, we're sitting down at dinner, and we're chit-chatting, getting to know each other, and out of nowhere, he calls me Dimples.
Yeah, he told us that he gave you a nickname. He wanted to call you Dimples.
Did you like it?
No.
Yeah. That's the thing about nicknames. You can't really make up nicknames for people you just met.
I mean, I'm not a little baby.
Right.
I know I have dimples. I don't even know you like that. But you're calling me a nickname already?
Did you tell him that you didn't like it to call you something else?
You know, I was going to do that, and then I thought, you know, it's a first date. I don't know. Maybe he's nervous. I just kind of let it go, but he kept on saying it over and over and over again. And I'm not that girl, right? I'm not a little cutesy-bootsy girl. I'm a grown adult.
Okay,
and
yeah, makes
if
sense.
you're going to sit there and call me Dimples throughout dinner, it's just going to annoy me.
So, like Sweet Cheeks would have been something nicer, maybe.
No.
Well, no. I mean, you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
Kidding. It is condescending. It can be really condescending.
Yeah, so that was weird.
Okay.
And what's going through my head is is this the kind of guy that is all cutesy-rootsy? Like, if we get into a relationship, he's going to want matching Halloween costumes. In my head, I'm like, what, does he want me to pick a name for him, too? I mean, I looked at him, I was like, he's got some pretty
decent shaped eyebrows. Am I supposed to go, hey, dimples and eyebrows are going out tonight?
It sounds like a cool band, though.
I mean, like, at some point, it just got so corny and cheesy that I felt like, literally, if we were going to be in a relationship, this guy would come up with a Facebook page for us.
Oh, like you'd be with,
name for us.
you'd be that couple
like
with
match our names together.
Yeah. Okay.
Dimplesandeyebrows.com.
Well,
it's just too corny for me, and I am not in the 1950s. Welcome to our world, and start calling me by my name.
Okay.
I have a name.
Well, Molly, maybe he will call you by his name because Matt's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Hey, how's it going?
Matt, you're on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is again weird. And
Yeah, I know it's weird. I just because I want to take a moment to just apologize to you. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So, and I don't know how to tell you this, but I forgot your name after we met, and so that's the reason that I called you Dimples. I didn't.
hang on,
not even
hang
that
on.
great.
Wait. You didn't know my name, and so you thought Dimples?
See, this is
I'm
really
very,
embarrassing.
very
Like, I wish I knew what to say
confused
to you. Like,
right
I'm sorry. I want you to know that I'm super sorry for making you feel weird or creeped out or feel like that I'm weird or anything like that. And I don't even know why I said dimples. Like, I honestly don't know. You don't even have like great dimples or anything like that.
I don't have great dimples.
What I mean is they're not like, it's not like that's like the best feature on, that's not your best feature is what I mean by that.
Matt, you want to stop when your ankle gets down your throat.
Oh my God, Matt, he is totally throwing himself under the bus right now.
You went from, like, I am super confused right now. You went out on a date with me and didn't even know my name? How is that even possible?
No, I had met and talked to so many girls that night at the bar that I didn't remember your name. And that doesn't sound, now that I say that, it doesn't sound.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Met so many girls at the bar.
You know
that
what I
night.
mean? Like, I don't, like, not like talking to them like you. Like, I just met so many people that night and I heard so many different names and I didn't want to get your name wrong. And I just didn't commit it to memory, but I have. Like, I know it's Molly. I've said it 1,000 times out loud. I've written it down.
Oh my God!
I've committed to memory. Put it in my phone. I won't remember.
But it doesn't make any sense.
I won't forget it.
Molly, when he explained forgetting your name to us, it was actually kind of a sweet story. Like, you guys were in the bar. It was kind of loud. He'd been drinking. He saved you as cute girl at the bar instead of Molly.
Okay, but according to Matt, there were several cute girls at the bar.
I know.
So-
He didn't include that part of the story when he told us that.
I didn't mean it
So,
like that. Yeah,
did
you're
you get
you're
the
right. I
right
probably should
cute
shut up
girl?
while I'm ahead. I didn't mean it like that.
I don't think you're ahead at all. Like, you got to get ahead
Oh, yeah.
first.
Matt, did you show up with the right cute girl from the bar? I mean, is this the one you expected?
No, yes, absolutely, like 100%.
No, yes. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, I'm just gonna save you right now if I can, Matt.
I think he's kind of an idiot, but I think he has good intentions, Molly. I think that he really was interested in you.
No, and I did, and I tried. I was trying sly ways to get. That's why I talked to the couple beside us. That's the reason that we tried to sign that petition thing. Is I was trying
That
to
was
find out your name
ridiculous.
throughout the night.
Wait, that's the reason why you were pushing me to sign that petition just so you can get my name? I mean, that's ridiculous, Matt.
I don't know. I'm really sorry. I want you to know that I feel really bad, and I'm sorry that I was acting weird. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. If anything, I was more nervous because you're really cool. You're really pretty. I like talking to you, and I want to go on a second date with you. And now that I remember your name, Molly, there won't be any issues. You actually get to see the real me.
So what do you think, Molly? Will you go out with Matt again? We will pay for it.
Matt, you sure you'll remember my name the second time around?
Yes, I swear 100%. I swear.
Well, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, okay, fine.
She's given up.
I mean, I guess I'll give this one more shot. But, Matt, you come up with any more cutesy little nicknames for me, I'm out.
I understand. I won't. Dimples has been completely erased from my mind.
Especially since they weren't very memorable, right?
That's not what I meant by that at all. But also, thank you for giving me another shot. Because I promise you, it's going to be a great evening. It won't be weird. I promise.
It's such a big promise.
If it gets weird, I'm calling this radio station back to tell them.
Yeah, please do. Molly, that would be awesome. Yeah, if it does get weird, we want to know about it, all right?
Well, I agreed at the beginning of this. I agreed to something about Jello, so it might get a little weird.
Can I change my answer for about this date when you just said Jello?
Yeah, don't worry about
with it,
Yeah,
Molly.
Molly, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. He's not going to rub Jello on his naked body. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.